And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere. And where do we start? I don't even know. Of course, the big story right now is Donald Trump being raided by the federales at his Mar-A-Lago home. I don't know what the actual play is there. Are they trying to get him elected? Are they trying to force him to announce that he's going to run so they can use it in the midterms? We'll talk about that in a minute. Also, did you guys see that crazy car accident, quote unquote car accident in Los Angeles? That was a whole lot going on there. We'll talk about that particular situation and all the ins and outs of that. Also, I wasn't here on Saturday, and I wanted to cover the story of the trans cheerleader that choked out her regular teammate. Yes, I said regular, normal, regular, biological woman. Choked her out over quote unquote misgendering. This Ricky Williams, Frank Gore, Edgerrin James, Tiki and Rondé Barber look-alike choking out some 17-year-old white girl in college cheerleading. What's going on with that? We'll talk about that in a minute. Also, the WNBA basketball player Brittney Griner gets locked up over in Russia for drug trafficking. We'll talk about that in a minute. Rap lyrics being used against rappers in the court of law. We'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And you guys are the best audience anywhere in the world. Thank y'all again for being here. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. There's a lot to talk about today. There's quite a few things on deck. But first and foremost, shout out to all my sponsors. Y'all know how I do at the very beginning. Shout out to me, my sponsors, my particular websites. Okay, AnthonyBLogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. You can go to that website for whatever question you have. If you are watching one of my videos and you like, hey, where's your source for that, ABL? Where'd you get that from? Well, go to AnthonyBLogan.com and go to the article that corresponds with the video, and you'll find a list of sources from all over the place. Left, right, independent, local, national, international, whatever you want, it'll be right there on the website. Also, go to AnthonyBLogan.com/contact. You can find my email address, my snail mail address, my social media accounts, my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All that good stuff is right there on the actual on the contact page. I see you guys are commenting about the beard. Some people are saying you're rocking it. One person says that reminds me, I need some razors. Hilarious. Shout out to all you guys. I just do stuff sometimes. I'm just trying this out. If I don't like it in a week, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to go straight back to military man, basically. I've not been in the military. I'm going to go back to the straight, clean shave, no facial hair at all if I don't like it. But anyway, I digress. Again, AnthonyBLogan.com. Go right there. You can check out whatever I got going on. Also, go to ABLmerch.com. Y'all know what it is. ABLmerch.com. We got hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ABLmerch.com. Check it out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Bookmark it. Revisit whenever there's new merch that comes up. If you revisit, you'll be the first to catch it. So ABLmerch.com. Check it on out. And then what else we got going on? Of course, shout out to BHEdesigns.com. They make the beautiful handmade wooden American flags that are right behind me. You can get ones that are just like that, identical to the ones I have behind me. I got the 1776 American flag. And then I also have the flag with the red stripe for firefighters and a blue stripe for police. Whatever you want, you can get that or something else. Go to BHEdesigns.com and check it on out. And also go to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on the internet. Again, that is patriotpost.us. And I got one more sponsor for y'all, one more new one. Now, shout out to the makers of the brand new movie, film, documentary, whatever you want to call it, Uncle Tom Part 2. That's coming out August 26, 2022 on UncleTom.com. That'll be a Friday. So not next Friday, but the Friday after next. August 26, 2022 on UncleTom.com. Y'all check it out. I have a link in the description, actually. If you pre-order Uncle Tom on UncleTom.com, well, actually not UncleTom.com, there's a specific link in the description box. If you go to that link and use my promo code ABL, you can get 30% off your pre-order. So again, go to the link in the description box below this video. If you're listening on the audio streaming platform, go to the video. And matter of fact, I'll probably put a link in the audio version as well. Go to the link, click on that, use promo code ABL, get 30% off your pre-order. So go ahead and do that. I am involved with the movie. You may or may not see me in there, but I am involved with the movie. So check out Uncle Tom Part 2. If you want to see Uncle Tom Part 1, it's available on Uncle Tom's YouTube page. On the YouTube page for Uncle Tom, the original one, you can find that for free on their YouTube page right now. That's the first Uncle Tom documentary / movie. The second one, Uncle Tom Part 2, will be out again August 26th. That's Friday, not next Friday, not this Friday, but the Friday after next. So check it on out. And again, promo code ABL, 30% off. Can't beat it, right? So I think that will be it for the sponsors. We got a lot to talk about tonight. There's quite a bit going on here, and I don't really know where to begin. Okay, I'm gonna look at some of these comments before I get into the nitty gritty. I'm getting comments say I look like Frederick Douglass. I look like the itching phase. I'm already past the itching phase, Kevin. I'm already past that. That's already been done. Who somebody said Danny Glover. Shout out to Danny Glover. Hopefully I look more like Danny Glover. Riggs. Hopefully more like him and not like Mr. for Color Purple. I ain't trying to beat on no 18-year-old girl in my house, but anyway. Yeah, give me the Riggs. Give me that Danny Glover, and not the other one, not the abusive, monster in Color Purple. But anyway, so let's get to the stuff. Bob K. There was a flood warning or advisory, but it's not flooding where I am. There may be a flood down the other direction, but I don't live down there. I don't live, over the Ridge Cut. So probably over there may be some flooding. Who else? Someone said I look like Wesley Snipes. Yeah, shout out to Wesley Snipes. Oh, and for you guys, okay, I was gone on Saturday. Sorry for missing the show on Saturday. I was back home in West Virginia, and I didn't announce it because I didn't want it to be like a thing that interrupt my family time. I got a lot of family I ain't seen in a long time. Family I met for the very first time. So, I was back home, West Virginia, visiting family for my grandma's 85th birthday. So yeah, that was a really important trip for me. So I had to miss that particular Saturday. I had my equipment just in case I was able to stream, but I just couldn't. There was so much going on. I was not able to stream that Saturday. So that's what that was. Out there, a little miniature family reunion. Basically, that's what that was. Okay. Now, okay, let me get to it here. And you know what, NKM, I might mess around and be Santa Claus. I could be Santa Claus on Christmas. I could do that. Definitely. Big tall Santa Claus. I got put on the fat suit. I got to holler at Tyler Perry and be like, hey, Tyler Perry, can I borrow a wig and the fat suit, please? No, I know you got them. I know you got something like that. You got the Medea outfit. I don't want the female parts on it. Just give me the fat suit and then I'm good money. Okay, the Eddie Murphy situation from Nutty Professor. Let me get that and then I'll be good to go with Santa Claus. But I'm getting way off topic. Way off topic. Let's go ahead and get cracking. Let's talk about Brittney Griner. First of all, let's just get straight to Brittney Griner because this case is kind of it's weird. It's weird. And So as we all know, Brittney Griner has been sentenced to 9 years in the penitentiary in Russia for drug trafficking. Now, if you guys don't remember what she did, and also remind me to talk about the IRS. I'm gonna put that in here as well, the IRS. But what Brittney Griner did was go to Russia with some vape pens, or at least one vape pen, and she had less than a gram of cannabis oil. So that over in Russia counts as drug trafficking. So you violated their laws. You went to the airport like that with that on you. That could be considered drug trafficking. You're trying to bring this into Russia, sell it, use it, whatever it is. It's illegal. So she was detained earlier this year and was never set free from detainment. And then she went ahead and got sentenced to 9 years in the penitentiary. Now, if you guys don't know, Brittney Griner is a WNBA basketball player. She's like 6'8". Some say that she's a man. I don't think so. Like, if Brittney Griner was a man at 6'8", she could dunk better than what she does. I mean, if you're a 6'8" male and you're a professional basketball player and you can barely jump to the point where you have your hand over the rim, I'm not really buying it. Okay, if I can almost dunk right now at 6'3" and old and not even really in shape, for real. I'm not in basketball shape. I'm probably in better shape than the average normie running around, but I'm not anywhere near basketball shape. Okay, I'm not out there doing sprint drills and nothing like that. I'm not over here trying to try out for a team. I'm just not that particular guy. I'm not even in the coach of basketball shape. So if I can dunk the same way that she does, 6'3", then at 6'8" as a pro basketball player, and you could barely get over the rim, come on, that's a woman. She's just real masculine. That's all, but not masculine enough. That goes to show right there. It don't matter how much testosterone you have as a woman. None of that really matters. You still, at the end of the day, are a woman. Okay, you still got your menstrual cycle. You still got your female organs. You still are a woman. That's just what it is. But anyway, so she's over there in the Russian prison. And then people over here in the States are calling her a political prisoner. Oh, like, political prisoner, really? How are you a political prisoner? You got locked up in Russia because of drug trafficking. You brought in vape pens and things of that nature to Russia for your own personal needs or whatever the case may be. You got caught. Now you got locked up. And she's a political prisoner. How about all the guys that are in jail right now in the USA for the same thing? Iman Shumpert, an NBA basketball player, got caught in Dallas, Texas with weed in his bag, and he's facing a felony charge as well. He also got locked up. So, I mean, are we going to free him too? I mean, I think some things are just kind of, some things, it's just unforced errors, right? Now, people may talk about Trump getting out some guys that had run afoul of the law in other parts of the world. Maybe that's because they respected Trump and they really wanted to try to make things work with him, have an open relationship, diplomatic relationship with him. And that's why they got him out. Speaking about the rapper A$AP Rocky, he was in jail in Sweden, but I think that was kind of, I'm not sure that was the correct thing to do as far as him being in jail in the first place, because it appeared to be like mutual combat. The other guy started it. I'm not really sure. But he was in jail for fighting. Trump gets him out. And then there was the thing with the UCLA basketball player, college basketball player at the time, LiAngelo Ball. He got caught shoplifting in China. Now, that's a crime. Stealing a pair of sunglasses, that's definitely a crime. But he was able to get out of that. But I think that's a little bit different than bringing weed to Russia. I mean, I don't know how you can get out of that. It's a little bit different. If you get caught with weed in the airport, that's definitely different. Like over here in the States, if you get caught with weed in the airport, it don't matter how much or how little, weed in the airport will carry a different sentence or charge at least than petty theft or shoplifting a pair of sunglasses in a department store. That's just what it is. I'm not saying that it's right to steal, obviously, but the penalty will be different. Anyway, she's over there in Russia, got locked up, now she got sentenced to 9 years. Now, here's my thing. I think the reason why she got the 9 years is because America was too eager to get her out. And I'll explain. You see, right when she got locked up, there wasn't much commotion about it. Not from the political people, not from the president, obviously, not from any senators, House reps. Nobody really made any kind of fuss about it. There was some chatter about it online, but nothing was really done. And I think the reason why there was no chatter about it is because there was no chatter from the White House. They didn't say anything. So why would anybody say anything? Right? Then the so-called streets, they said something. It's like, hey, why is she in jail over in Russia for a little bit of weed? She shouldn't be in jail for that, which is a dumb argument to make. You can't say, oh, it's a little bit of weed. Well, this ain't the USA. People think the United States and what we do over here is the same thing that's done all over the world. That's simply not true. You go to other parts of the world, you can't do what you do over here in America, right? Exactly, rigged election 2020. Federal crime, we bring it to the airport. That's right. You're bringing weed to the airport. It's like bringing the pistol to the airport without declaring it, or like an illegal gun to the airport, or try to get it on the plane, like in your check bag, or in your carry-on bag, a gun in the carry-on bag. Oh no, that's a problem. But anyway, so there was no fuss made about it until the street said something, talking about how it's unfair. People that don't really understand the way law works on other parts of the world. If you go to Dubai and you wear, like, if you go to the shopping mall, like I heard about this story a long time ago. And if you guys live over there or you've been there, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But what I heard was, if you go to a shopping mall in Dubai and you're a woman that wears shorts that are too short, or a man, you wear shorts that are too short. I'm not even sure what too short actually means. I don't mean like you got on Daisy Dukes. I'm talking about shorts that go, like if you have above a 5-inch inseam, that type of thing. If you wear shorts that are too short, you can get locked up for that. That's called indecent exposure over there. Now over here, you can pretty much do whatever you want, right? You seeing girls just pretty much wearing underwear outside. Underwear, like literally. Bra and panties, like it's nothing. Just in the shopping mall, eating a Sbarro pizza, right? And some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets, like ain't nothing going on. Okay? But you can't do that in other parts of the world. People take freedom that they have over here for granted, like it's the same everywhere else. It's just not the same everywhere else. But I'm digressing, so let me go ahead and just get back to the point. So she gets locked up, the street starts to clamor, then it becomes an issue for the federal government to look into. Then they want to offer some terrorist dude, Victor Bout, B-O-U-T, Victor Bout, an arms dealer, and like they were on. It did a 10-year manhunt for this guy, an actual terrorist, right? An arms dealer supplying third world nations, doing some Day of the Jackal type, that kind of guy. They want to trade him back to Russia for Brittney Griner and a guy by the name of Paul Whelan, who was allegedly a spy in Russia. I'm not sure if he was or if he wasn't, but what I do know is that he had a dishonorable discharge from the military. I want to say it was the Marines, but don't quote me on that. But I know there was a dishonorable or less than honorable, a bad discharge from the military. I know that about him, but beyond that, I don't know. But what I do know is trading the terrorists like Day of the Jackal, John Wick, trading him for a basketball player? Really? What contribution has Brittney Griner made to the world? Like, you want to trade that kind of guy for a really important person. I'm not saying that she's unimportant. I'm sure to the people that watch WNBA, all 15 of them, she's very important. To her friends and family, to her wife, she's very important. And the reason why I pointed out the thing about the wife out is because they kept pointing it out. Oh, her wife misses her. She wants to get back to her wife. Wife. They want you to know she's LGBT because they want the LGBT community to get involved. Where are they at? They are nowhere to be found. They're too busy trying to cover up monkeypox. And by the way, listen, PSA, just for a moment, please hear me out. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm seeing some videos all over the internets, Instagram, Twitter, my book face, everywhere, of guys in public space. I'm talking about, I saw a dude in Planet Fitness with active monkeypox on his legs, wiping the machine down. It's like, sir, you got a bottle of water basically wiping the machine down. That ain't gonna do no good against what you got going on right now. You can go home and do some push-ups or some muscle ups on your door frame. You don't need to be in here doing no leg presses, and you got monkeypox all over his body, legs. It was like a chicken pox. It's like, so you about 45 years old with full-blown chicken pox, aka monkeypox, all over the place. I saw another guy in the QT in Atlanta. I didn't see him personally. I saw a video, but he was in the QT in Atlanta, monkeypox all on his legs. I was like, man, look, you don't need to really. If you're gonna have monkeypox just out like ain't nothing going on, can you put a pair of pants on, like long pants? You got on shorts. Are you trying to display your sores for me? Okay, I don't want you to be like, and the dude was kind of fat too, right? He was kind of chunky. So I don't want you to be exiting as I'm entering a door, no separation, right? Like a door where it's just one opening and no divider, no partition, no nothing. I don't want you to be coming in the door and I'm leaving and then you brush up against me with your monkeypox. I don't want that, sir. Okay, put a pair of pants on, put some jeans on. I know you got it. I know what's hot in Atlanta, but what is also hot are them big monkeypox you got. Them things look like straight dinner plates individually on his leg. But anyway, I'm in the grocery route. I'm just saying, PSA, be aware of what's going on around you. It could be a dude in front of you at the Kroger or the HEB or the Wegmans or whatever with all kind of stuff going on. You don't want to be close to that. Hey, this is why I say give him 6 feet. All right. I think that might work. Maybe, because I don't want him to like trip over a banana peel or a wet spot on the floor and then crash into me. Now I got this particular thing brushing up against my leg. Anyway, I'm sorry. I know that was gross. I'm sorry, Irma. I apologize. So I'll move on. Anyway, so she's over there, Brittney Griner, 9 years in the penitentiary in Russia. They're talking about trading a terrorist for her. And I think that's an uneven exchange, very uneven, but I think they might do it. Oh, and here's what I wanted to get to. Here's a bigger point to all this. I think the reason why she got the 9 years is because the U.S. appeared to be caving to a certain extent by offering the prisoner swap. So they're like, all right, cool, well, check it out. We were going to like give her a year or less in prison, but since y'all so eager to get her back and you're going to trade as Victor Boot, a whole terrorist for her, all right, well, we'll give her the full 9 years. So now you're incentivized to follow through with your deal. You see, if she would have just got 1 year in a joint, they might have reneged on the deal. Oh, we don't need to trade Victor Boot for just 1 year, basketball player, but 9 years? You got midterms coming up. And I told y'all months ago, I tell y'all all the time, but I know for sure I said on this show months ago that when midterm time come around, it's going to get real crazy. And did I lie? A terrorist for a basketball player? That's midterm election stuff. That's political. They're not doing that for no reason. If that was a regular normie over there who got caught with some weed, you would never hear about it. The only reason why you're hearing about it now is because she has some level of celebrity, not a big celebrity, obviously, but some level of celebrity, enough celebrity to impact the black community, quote unquote. And if the quote unquote black community are impacted, then those outside the black community, the white liberals, etc., other liberals of other colors, liberals of all colors of the rainbow, they're going to look at this and see what comes of it. So if there's nothing that comes against the Russian Federation or they leave her over there, that's going to go bad against her when it comes time for the midterms. But I told y'all that come midterm time is going to get crazy, and here we are. I'll talk about Trump and the whole thing in just a minute. That's part of the whole midterm thing getting crazy. But this is most certainly trying to prepare us for the midterm elections. No doubt in my mind, 100%. All right. But let me get to my next topic here. And shout out to Brittney Griner. We'll see what happens. my prediction is that she'll come home and they'll trade a terrorist guy for her. And when that happens, that's going to spark other people getting arrested and getting harsher sentences to try and get other people freed from the penitentiary that are citizens of a particular country. So let's say, for example, Russia has some other guys that when they get freed that are over here. Okay, we'll take one of your celebrities. You coming in the airport. All right, I smell weed in your bag. Let's open your bag up. Do you have any weed in here? They may see a flake, a green flake in your bag the size of a mustard seed. All right, you got weed in your bag. Lock them up. 10 years. Oh, okay. You want to trade a terrorist? You want to release some sanctions? You want to give us our yachts back? You want to stop trying to raid my girlfriend's bank account and stuff like that? All right, you can have her. Go ahead. They become a bargaining chip. This is like, I don't know, man. Am I so brilliant to where I see basic things like this as not really being good? Or is it just kind of common sense to know that it's probably not good to kowtow to the Russian Federation, because all they're going to do is just use this as a way to get more of what they want. It's a bargaining chip. Like, this won't be the end. This will just be the very beginning. But anyway, I'll move on. So what else we got going on? Oh, okay. So they're going to use rap lyrics to, well, they have been using rap lyrics to convict people of crimes, in part, not just a rap lyric, but it's got to be more than that. And two senators in Congress right now, I think they're senators, so they might be House reps. Hold on. Hank Johnson, Mr. Guam might tip over. Now he's a House rep. So Hank Johnson and Jamal Bowman. Yeah, so Hank Johnson and Jamal Bowman, they're not senators. They are House reps. And I think they're both from New York. Nah, Hank Johnson from Georgia and Jamal Bowman from New York. But anyway, they come up with this this bill called the Rap Act. And basically they want to prevent prosecutors from using rap lyrics against artists in criminal cases. And I think the whole thing, it was not just rap lyrics, it was like all lyrics, all recording artists lyrics. They didn't want those to be used in the court of law. And then they were citing free speech and artistic expression. Please, they don't really believe in free speech or quote unquote artistic expression, but they think that it's wrong that some of these guys, like the Atlanta rappers, Young Thug and Gunna, who have been indicted on a RICO charge, a RICO case, they think it's wrong for these guys to get locked up. But check it out. Speaking about Young Thug and Gunna and the RICO case in Atlanta, their group, record label, gang, whatever you want to call it, YSL, they've been linked to 50 murders in the Atlanta area. At least 50 murders in a short period of time, like 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, why would you be advocating for these guys to come home? They need to go up under the penitentiary. Okay, and I guarantee you that at least 48 of the 50 are going to be black men. So, okay, you guys are black men that drafted this bill. You support it. You want to protect these rappers because they black and you want to have freedom of expression. How about all them black victims that them been murdered by this gang? How about them and their families, their mama, their grandmama, their auntie, uncle, friend, dad, granddad, uncles? How about them? You don't really care about that? Anyway, now it was funny because they cited they cited a song as a reason why you should allow lyrics just be lyrics and not evidence in criminal cases. They cited Bob Marley, I Shot the Sheriff. And they said, well, there was no sheriff that actually got shot, so that should not be used in the court case. It's like, man, come on. Where's the allegation of a sheriff being shot? If you make a song saying, I shot the sheriff, and in your town, your city, people that know you put you right there, and in the song you say, I shot the sheriff, maybe there's enough evidence right there to get you get you charged, get you arrested, get a search warrant or something like that, because of the context around the lyrics. It ain't just like, I'm a killer, I shoot, boom, boom, and you go to jail for that. But if in your song, you say something like this, I shot little Tremaine on 88th Street, put him behind the Popeyes chicken, he's back there stinking, and the police happen to go to the Popeyes, 88th Street, and they go behind the building and they see the body and it matches the guy you said in the song. How can you not use that? How can you not use that? If you are accused of being in the gang, you're seen with active gang members, active people that commit crimes, felons that shouldn't have guns, and you're with them. And in your songs, you talk about the particular gang and some of their slang and some of their lingo. Just put two and two together. You're part of the gang too, probably. So let's see where this whole trail goes. A lot of murders in the inner city, exactly, they go unsolved. Who knows who killed little Tyrone down the block? A lot of murders get unsolved. Was those bars? Like those bars? I see some of y'all like those bars. But anyway, a lot of murders, a lot of violent crime, a lot of crime in general goes unsolved. So if the police have any kind of leads, they're going to follow them. Social media is a big lead because these guys are not very smart. You're talking about world's dumbest criminals. They commit a lot of these crimes. They're telling themselves all the time. They get on YouTube and do interviews talking about what they do. They go on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, TikTok, Snapchat. They'll post pictures from the crime scene. They'll do all kinds of stuff. I heard that the guys who killed Pop Smoke, the rapper, up in Los Angeles, when he was visiting there, like at an Airbnb or something, I heard the guys that killed him stole his watch. It was worth like at least $30,000. Or it might have been $50,000. It was worth a lot of money. It was worth more than what they sold it for. $3,000 they sold it for. It's worth at least 30. They sold it for $3,000. And how do we know that they sold it for that much? Because you're not doing things like on a low. You're doing things kind of out in the open. People can see you. They can see what you're doing. So you don't really have a lot of smart guys. So if you give the police a lead, they're going to follow it. It's not the police's fault that these guys are dumb and they're telling themselves in the rap song. They're telling themselves in social media posts. They do things like steal a watch and then take it to a pawn shop and get pennies on a dollar for it. It's not the police's fault that they're dumb like that. They actually depend upon these guys being dumb because if not for the stupidity, it'd be harder to solve the crimes. And the crimes already are not getting solved because of the culture of no snitching and things of that nature. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things. And you know what? This is why people like, the whole Breonna Taylor thing and stuff like that. It kind of irritates me because a lot of these guys that are being supported are criminals. They shouldn't be on the street. They terrorize other people, other black people, and every other race in the world. They terrorize them wherever they live. Why should I support whatever they got going on? They need to go up under the penitentiary. And guess what? If you try to resist, you try to fight an officer, and you wind up dead. I mean, hey, prayers out to your family, but that could have been prevented. You could have not gone that direction. You could have still been living, but you wanted to do something else. You want it to be one way, but it's the other way. Shout out to Marlo Hanson for that one. But anyway, so we got a lot going on. I kind of want to breeze through some of these here. So to wrap it on up, no pun intended, the Rap Act to prevent rap lyrics from being used in criminal cases is so dumb. If you give the police a lead, if you give the federales a lead, they got to follow it. Wherever it goes, they got to follow it. That's just the reality of the situation. Point blank, period. Okay, so and if it happens to lead to a conviction and a long jail sentence, then so be it. Maybe there wouldn't be a conviction and a long jail sentence if the guys did not do what they were accused of doing. Just maybe. I'm just kind of spitballing, and maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't, but we'll see. We shall see. All right. I'm gonna read some of the comments here. Oh, and I did see where Alex Jones got what was he? Was he found liable? Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Hold on. He was ordered to pay like $45 million to the Sandy Hook victims' families. Hold on. Let me see if I'm right here. So it says jury orders Alex Jones to pay $45.2 million in Sandy Hook case. I got an article right here. I just posted it up so you guys can see. New York Times. Yeah, $45 million. I mean, for what though? My thing is, why? You know what? I'm gonna say this right here. The system that we have going on in the USA, when you get to high levels, is corrupt. And I think people that want to protest against police, that they want to protest against law enforcement, I think they kind of got it messed up. You see, they want to talk about your normie police guy walking the beat, just trying to take care of himself and his family and protect the community. They want to conflate that guy with the federales. They want to conflate that guy with people like Christopher Wray and James Comey. That's not even in the same ballpark at all. It's just simply not. That's like comparing LeBron James to your YMCA basketball player. I'm not talking about the morality of these people. I'm talking about just the level. It's levels to this. The federales, the federal agents, big cases like this, it's very corrupt. What did Alex Jones do to be required to pay $45 million to the Sandy Hook victims case? Like, what? I don't really understand. And 45 too. Like, is that a political thing? You know, President 45, Trump 45. I don't put anything beyond these people. They do stuff like this. You think that I'm kind of just grasping for straws, but they do things like that. They'll put out a number just to be petty like that. That's kind of how that goes. Right. So, I mean, I would ask you guys how you feel about that particular judgment, but I think it'd be kind of a rhetorical and redundant question. I don't think anybody in here says that's a good thing. I don't think you guys really agree with that particular judgment for him to pay that much money. Okay, I don't believe so at all. So that's crazy. That's totally crazy. But so the reasoning they say is that it's penalty damages because you spread the lie that they helped stage the massacre. So I guess that's the parents. So I guess Alex Jones said that the parents helped stage the massacre. Maybe he called them crisis actors or whatever. Now, we're talking about free speech. I mean, is that not free? He's not getting locked up, but he's being ordered to pay money by a court. You kind of, right there at the edge of being locked up. Now, if he didn't pay that money, what happens? Does he get locked up? You see, we're kind of going into dangerous territories where if you say things that are even untrue, it could be slander or whatever, like, and then you get ordered to pay this big amount of money. I don't know how that really works out. I don't know how that works out. Exactly, Hugh. 45 million for words. Yep. That's how it goes with your man Alex Jones, unfortunately. But I think anybody could have seen that coming because from the beginning, this case was very political. It's the same way that I think everything at this particular point in time is political. Everything is political. Now, speaking about political, let's talk about Trump right quick. Oh, I kind of wanted to get into it a little bit later, but I got to get into it right now. So Trump was raided over at Mar-A-Lago, at his home in Mar-A-Lago, Florida. First of all, the federales have been spying on Trump, lying on Trump. There was 2 impeachments. There was the effort to try and get him out of the office the first time. And then the second time, there's been so much against Trump. Stormy Daniels, the Stormy Daniels thing got so big, it sparked two brief careers. Stormy Daniels and the creepy porn lawyer, what's his name? I don't forgot his name now. Michael Avenatti. It sparked two household names off of nothing because they looked into it and there was zero there. There was absolutely nothing there. Maybe he fornicated with her, but that don't mean that he did anything else. I mean, they're talking about these girls that came out against Trump like he had assaulted them and beat him in the head. Like Danny Glover, they were acting like he was Ike Turner, like he was Jeffrey Epstein, but nothing like that was true. There was zero evidence or anything like that. Trump was always a gentleman, apparently. They'll have the girls on TV, and as they recall their time with him, they'd be smiling. So where is it there? Nothing. They had nothing from the beginning. From 2015 when they did the spying on Trump Tower, then they did the impeachments, 2 impeachments, Stormy Daniels, and constant leaking from the White House, moles in administration, all kind of stuff they did to try and take Trump down, and it was nothing came as a result. So they're not gonna find anything from this. And that's right, Ruth. Michael Avenatti went to jail. But see, Avenatti got a little bit too big for his britches. He thought that since he was so famous now because of the whole Trump thing, and he was a media darling, he could do whatever he wanted. He could extort Nike out of $20 million. So when we started kind of like digging the corporate pocket book, when you dig in the corporate piggy bank trying to steal some money, oh no, you gotta go. you gotta go. You want to create lies against a former president or a current president. You want to help a liar try to defame a president. It's fine. You want to get on TV talking about all kind of crazy stuff, giving your personal opinion outside of being a lawyer. All right, there's no problem. It's cool. But as soon as you're no longer useful and you want to try to extort a corporation, they'll have you locked up. You want to extort Nike for what? $20 million? Are you dumb? You're going to jail. Now, if you happen to be a guy that shuttles men to an island to do some inappropriate things, then you're in the clear. But you want to steal money from Nike? No. We draw the line right there, okay? The line is right there. Creepy pedo island, totally fine. Stealing from Nike? Nope. Gulag, ASAP. But anyway, so they have not found anything on Trump since the beginning, since 2015. They found nothing. They're not going to find anything here. I'm seeing some memes. You may have seen it. They're talking about what was found. Oh, and by the way, so there's 2 current investigations into Trump right now. The first, or that involve Trump. The first is the January 6th thing, obviously. And then there is the issue that he got raided for recently at Mar-a-Lago, which was the mishandling of classified documents. Basically, they're saying that he has documents from the White House that shouldn't be there. That they shouldn't be at Mar-a-Lago. They should be, I guess, at the White House, or they should have been disposed of properly. I'm not really sure, what's going on with that. But yeah, that's what that was. But it's like, okay, what did he take though? What could he have possibly taken? And I got a meme. Hold on. So this is what they say that Trump had at Mar-a-Lago that he got from the White House. They cracked his safe, and you can't crack his safe without a specific warrant for the safe. Did it have a safe warrant, or was it only a warrant to go raid Mar-a-Lago? Why raid Mar-a-Lago when Trump wasn't even there? Trump was in New York City. What's the point of raiding Mar-a-Lago? Are you going to arrest Trump for what? What do you have on him? What did you get from the raid? So here's the meme. So you see, you got the federales, right? Got the FBI shirts on, wheeling out some stuff. You got you got a few. What you got? About 12 packs of Diet Coke. Of course, that's Trump's drink of choice. and you also have some McDonald's. Okay, you got the McDonald's and a Diet Coke. That is pretty much all you're gonna find. You're not gonna find anything. Why would okay? And my question is, what could Trump possibly have in his house at Mar-a-Lago that's worth the FBI raiding the house? They wanted an excuse to raid the house to try to find other things, try and plant some bugs. I won't be surprised. They bugged Trump Tower, so why wouldn't they bug Mar-a-Lago? If I was Trump, I would not talk anywhere that could harbor a recording device. Not at all. And if I don't trust you, like if I don't know who you are and you might be a mole, I'm not saying the word around you that might incriminate me, but I don't think, the problem is, I don't think there's anything that Trump has. I don't think there's anything that Trump has said or done that would incriminate himself. I don't believe that to be the case at all. So, yeah. Oh, tax returns. They already got tax returns. They already got tax returns. So it's like, what are they going to find on that? And the funny part is, Rachel Maddow found tax returns from Trump, and it was like Geraldo's vault. It was a big nothing burger because his tax form that they got won't tell you anything. A 1099 or what was it? A 1040 EZ. What you going to get on a 1040 EZ? Nothing. You're going to get the most basic stuff. Trump has a portfolio of companies and investments and real estate. You're not going to find a thing on the 1040 EZ. I mean, you're going to find that in the income disclosure form that he filled out. You're going to find where his money is, how much money is there. You're going to find his stock options. You're going to find all of that in the income disclosure form. Not a 1040, but people normies just think, okay, I got to do my taxes, so do you. I go to H&R Block on April the 14th at 4:30 p.m. right before tax day to get my taxes done. So the president got to do his taxes too. He's got to go H&R Block as well, but Trump ain't going to no H&R Block to do his taxes. Nothing against H&R Block. No shade, as the cool kids say, against H&R Block. If you're a normie working a regular job, that's cool. TurboTax, all of that kind of stuff is great. But if you are Donald Trump and you're a billionaire, you have a team of lawyers to maintain your tax compliance, meaning you got to stay in line. You got to stay in code. It's easy to get out of compliance. And if you do that, you go into the penitentiary. Wesley Snipes, Fat Joe, etc. If you do certain things that are kind of out of the way and a little bit illegal, you go into the penitentiary. Martha Stewart, insider trading. It's funny how she goes to jail for insider trading, but Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Maxine Waters, the whole Congress can do insider trading and it's fine. Not only is it insider trading, but they have the power to create laws that would impact them in a positive way. And they see the laws before they come out. They draft a law, they know it's going to pass, so they're able to make moves before you can to position themselves to benefit from the law being passed. That's how they do. Okay, so there's word of a bill being passed that's going to affect green energy. They're going to invest a certain amount of money in the green energy. And they're going to have certain companies that are bolstered up by the green energy, giving them tax breaks, subsidies, or whatever. So if you have that knowledge as a lawmaker, you draft a bill, you can move accordingly with your own finances because you know how that bill will affect personal finances. You're able to get a head start on everybody else. You're able to sell while everybody else is buying because you have insider knowledge. That's called insider trading. But I guess it's okay. It's okay when you do that and you're in Congress. But if you are a normie or even a celebrity, not in Congress, not a president, not anybody like that, oh, you go into the joint ASAP. Shakira, but Shakira, she was in Spain though. That's, something different. But the point is still made, right? So yeah, I think Trump needs to hire a debugger. That's right, Conan Ranger. He needs to hire a debugger. He needs to hire all of that because I think they probably bugged. They probably been had Mar-a-Lago bugged. They had Trump Tower bugged. How did they bug Trump Tower when that's his property and he has security? How did they bug Trump Tower? They did it. They can do it. Man, technology is so crazy nowadays. I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to fly a drone over your building and attach a microphone with a strong adhesive that can hear the whole building. or a particular area where they put it at, they can hear whatever's going on. I won't be surprised. Maybe they got these little hummingbirds that they can engineer, like little machine hummingbirds, where they can put a tracking device on the bird's feet, fly into an open window or some kind of crevice, some kind of crack in your building, fly right in there, put the device in, and go about their business. Won't be surprised. So that's what that is. But we'll see what happens as a result. But I do know one thing. Here's what I wanted to say. I think that the left are trying to force Trump's hand. They're trying to force him to do something because Trump has not announced if he's going to run. He's kind of hinting at it, maybe, perhaps, allegedly, but he's not come out and said, I'm going to run for president of the USA. He's not said that quite yet. Now, if he does that, that's going to create a lot of waves throughout the entire world, really. If he says that, now every commercial that comes on TV from the left is going to be about how do we stop Trump? Trump can't win. Trump, because they know if Trump runs against this guy, this decrepit old fart over here, Joe Brandon, if he runs against him, he smokes him. People are saying, oh, they're going to steal it again. The thing about the election is that it's not a national thing. It's each state has their own laws and rules behind voting, behind making it secure, making sure everybody votes counts. I think in the more conservative places or conservative leaning places, they have measures in place that'll prevent election voter fraud. So I think that's going to be mitigated this year for sure. I think in 2020, people got caught with their pants down, not realizing the impact of mail-in ballots. They didn't realize that because do you need an ID to mail in the ballot? I'm not really sure, but that really just, it did a lot of people. The mail-in ballots were crazy. You don't need an ID. Like, okay, you get a mail-in ballot sent to your house. Let's say you live in an apartment. You live in a fast-paced, like you living in D.C., Atlanta, somewhere, fast-paced city. People are transit, moving in and out all the time. They may have an address for like 6 months to a year and move to the next city. But they didn't change where they vote. They didn't change that particular thing. They registered to vote out there in a particular place, and they didn't change their address, maybe until too late. Anyway, if you're on the road, it don't matter if you're dead, it don't matter if you moved, it don't matter if you don't want to vote, whatever it is, they're going to send your address a ballot. I saw one particular picture where one person had 8 ballots that came to their house of prior residents, some apartment in DC. Again, it's very transit. People move in and out all the time. They may be roommates, etc. So you may have had 3 roommates in an apartment, and everybody had mail coming there. And when they move, they don't change their address, so you get all their mail. Now, if you live in a place where there's no ID required, you could just drop off ballots anywhere. You can, you could just fill it out, put it in the drop box, and go about your business. All right. So that's what that is. And I think that we're going to have a more secure election. That's my point behind that. But if Trump were to run right now and Brandon ran right now, Trump would win. So now they got to do anything they can to make Trump announce to unleash the full force of the left against him now. That'll also work for the midterms. And they want other Republicans to retaliate against him if they want. Like your Liz Cheney's and stuff like that. They want all hands on deck. They can't attack him yet because ain't been no formal announcement. But once there is a formal announcement, then they want to attack him. So they want to force him to announce right now or not announce. Now, or announce it either way that he will run or that he won't run. I think Trump would win, but I think it's just so much drama, so much BS. I think I want DeSantis to win personally because there'd be less drama, less BS. The media did a number on Trump. They really did. They pretty much called him everything but a child of God. I mean, they drug him through the mud like it was nobody's business. Drug him through the mud. But DeSantis, they can't do that with. There's no dirt on DeSantis. He was not a celebrity politician. That's not politics. He was not a celebrity, actor, real estate mogul, playboy in New York. He was not that before he became governor of Florida. He's more of a normie type, basically. So there's no dirt on DeSantis. So it'd be much easier for the average normie to go out there and vote for him rather than Joe Brandon, rather than Donald Trump too. I like Trump. I think he'd win, but it would be so hard. It'd be a battle. It'd be a fierce, serious battle. And believe this, whenever he announces and says, I'm going to run, I'm going to be the next president number 45 and 47. When that happens, things are going to change. I'm going to wreck shop. People that have these long-term jobs, been there 30 years, they don't want to lose that. People that are in power, your Nancy Pelosi's of the world, they don't want to lose that power. So that's just what it is. Oh, and your man Brandon, your man Brandon is going to be 80 years old this year. 80. Now, nothing against elderly people, but come on. We know what's going on with this guy. You can't live forever. You're not going to be spry and young all your life. 80 years old, you're far from young. You are an old man, and it's okay. I think we all wish to be able to reach that age, and in good health, of course. We all wish to be able to reach that age, good health, and all that kind of good stuff. But to say he has good health is kind of that's not necessarily true. We've seen him have all kind of gaps where we're like, is he okay? What's wrong with this guy? Does he need some help? We saw him struggle to put on his jacket. We saw that. We sure did. Hold on one second. Now, people were saying, oh, well, it was a windy day, all this, that, and the third. Listen, why is it that there's always an excuse made for Brandon? Always an excuse. Oh, well, he was tired. It was windy. Always an excuse. But we know that if this was Trump talking, if Trump did something like this, there'd be no excuse. There'd be no, there'd be nothing for him. Hold on. Let me go ahead and restart this right quick. I'm going to go ahead and keep the sound off because it's just chopper noise in the background. You can't hear anybody speaking. This is on my Instagram page, by the way, Instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan. Y'all check me out. So he's struggling to put on his suit jacket. Like struggling hard. So he's in front of the chopper. Joe Biden, his handler, is right there. It's windy, but it ain't that windy. We're talking about maybe the wind's going like 10 miles an hour at best. It's not like there's a monsoon or a storm or nothing. It's just he doesn't know how to put on his jacket. He's having an issue right here. And she's putting it on him. Like, what are you doing? Are you putting your hand in your coat pocket or in the sleeve? And then watch this at the end. Okay, he's putting his jacket on and his glasses fall off. Like, what is this, man? Like, listen, I don't want to hear no excuses, okay? Because when Trump was the president, he did not get any excuses at all. No excuses. Remember when he was walking down the ramp, the slippery ramp at West Point, gingerly, they said he had Parkinson's disease. They diagnosed that man. You had doctors go on TV. Doctors on TV talking about Trump has Parkinson's. I'm sure of it. I'm like, what? Hold on. Let me see if I can find that clip. I gotta find that clip. Okay. Let me see. Let me wait 1 minute here. Nah, I can't find the doctors because they pretty much gonna wash that away. They don't want to talk about that part. But I do have where. Okay. Is it Alice Camerota? I don't know who this is. But I do have the clip where they were talking about it. Look, you see the on the lower third, the Cal Ryan. Trump's West Point walk sparks questions about his health. They said he had Parkinson's as a result of this. Hold on. Sound on.
Health. And it's because of this video of the president where you see him walking very haltingly, one leg at a time. It starts happening here.
One leg at a time. Is that not how you walk? One leg at a time? What you gonna do? Bunny hop? You gonna do a slip and slide? Is he gonna skateboard down the ramp? Like, how else do you walk other than one leg at a time? These people, man. I mean,
down a ramp, and this is after he gave a commencement speech at West Point. So joining us now with what he sees is CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, and with what she knows, CNN political analyst Maggie Haberman. She's a White House correspondent at the New York Times. Great to.
So, you have a medical expert, Sanjay Gupta. What is he going to say about Trump's health? Is he going to talk about Parkinson's here? I think he might. Let's see what he says.
See both of you, Sanjay. President Trump is not known for being athletic. So maybe he just has a hard time going down a gently sloping ramp. But do you see something possibly neurological that could be throwing off his balance?
It's so hard to say looking at a video. And I think that's the bottom line answer. I talked to a bunch of neurologists over the weekend. A lot of people talking about this.
Neurologists, like they're trying to diagnose this man with a neurological you see what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, ABL, it was windy, give him a break. No, they had this man with Parkinson's because of this walking down the ramp.
People always have something to say and weigh in on this, but I'll start with the end, which is that there's a lot of clues in there, but no conclusions. Is it balance problems? Is there some weakness there? Is there numbness in the feet, perhaps a type of neuropathy? Is it just a slippery ramp, as the president said, or slippery shoes? You don't know. And I think you got to be very cautious in trying to determine anything, certainly not diagnose anything or even speculate on this.
There we go.
But I know a lot of people have been asking about it, and there's just nothing obvious. He's looking down at his feet as he goes down. That's the only thing that really sort of struck me even more than his gait, because the gait can be explained by a lot of different things. But I just, it's a video, it's 20 seconds. I think anybody would have a hard time making anything of it. The backdrop of it is that, we just don't know a lot about his health overall as well. These letters that were dictated.
So, yeah, this is a whole segment, 8 minutes almost, talking about this walk. Oh, is it Parkinson's? Does he have foot numb? Is he have the sugar? What's going on with him? Is he okay? Whole 8 minute segment. But if I say, yo, you're struggling to put your jacket on, sir, what's going on with that? For me to even mention that, I am not giving them a break, and now I'm triggered, so I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Exactly. The truth was, I see you right. Somebody said right there, Gerard McLean said the truth is that it had rained earlier. It was slippery. He had on slick dress shoes, hard bottom shoes. So of course there's going to be some slippery stuff going on, and he don't want to fall like Brandon did on the steps of the airplane, off the bike. He doesn't want to fall like that. He wants to be able to look good, because if he was to fall down them, like if he was to just try to hop down the ramp real quick, and now he slides like he's going into first base, or like he's going to the home plate. I mean, that would never be that has to be talked about right now today. That has to be discussion. Oh, he can't run for president. He has some kind of Parkinson's disease. You see when he fell down the ramp and busted his head open, he was bleeding. You see what I'm saying? That's how the politicians are. But Biden can do whatever he wants. Fall down the stairs, fall off his bike, can't put his jacket on, glasses are falling all over the place, coughing, all in the microphone, forgetting where he is, forgetting who he is. That's totally fine, because he's Joe Biden, and it's okay. But I will go ahead and move from that. So let's talk about these. The federales hiring thousands of new IRS agents. Now, they said the new IRS squad is going to be bigger than the Border Patrol and like two other alphabet letter organizations combined, but definitely much bigger than the whole Border Patrol in total. So why do we need all these new IRS agents? I mean, the normies will believe that we need 87,000 new IRS agents to target the upper class, the big dogs who don't pay their fair share. But the reality is the majority of audits are done against lower class people. If you make between 0 and 75,000, you are the majority of IRS audits right now. So why would they change that? Also, they want to target your fintech. So your PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, they want to target that. IRS says if you get paid more than, what is it, $600? If you get paid more than $600 on any of those apps or from any one particular person, you got to report that to the IRS if it's for business purposes. If you get a gift or something like that, that's not taxable income. But if the IRS sees your Cash App and you getting gifts, like you guys may send me donations or whatever, that's not necessarily taxable income. It depends. I don't want to say something wrong if the feds are watching, because I know you guys are. Shout out to the federales watching the stream. I appreciate y'all. Get a refill of some Diet Coke or some donuts while you're at it, and sit down and enjoy the show. But if you make more than the IRS threshold, you got to report it if it's reportable. So it's weird, the tax code. I don't want to say the wrong thing. You guys, if you know about, if I got any CPAs in the house, any tax professionals in the house, y'all let me know. If you're a waiter or a waitress, you got to tax your tips. You got to report your tips. You should report your tips. They say you're supposed to report your tips to the federales and they got to tax you on your tips. That's what they say, right? But if you're just a regular person and you get gifts from people through Cash App or something, if your grandma sends you some money, you're not going to report that. It's a gift. So why is it that tips to a waitress or a waiter are not gifts, but if you get gifts just as a regular person, it is? I don't really know. Yeah, also, that's right. They're gonna target small business. See, they don't talk about that part. They kind of slick with their wording. A lot of normies think of taxes like one person. It's like, I pay taxes and so do you. But if I have a small business, then it's not necessarily me paying taxes. Well, it is me, because I get income from the business. Like, let's say I have a business where I'm grossing $1 million a year. Now, out of that $1 million, I got expenses and I got employees, and at the end of it, I get paid $50,000 for myself. That's my salary to myself, $50,000. So on my take-home salary, I pay taxes, but I also own a business, so I pay business taxes on the business. You see? So out of the $1 million, I got to pay this, that, the third, and taxes. So the business itself is not a person. So to say, oh, we're not taxing middle-class Americans, meaning if you make $50,000 a year, we're not going to tax you more, which is probably not even true. But my business, where I get $50,000 from, you're going to tax that more. And I think they're going to tax both, because ultimately, if you got a lot of money, if you are a Jeff Bezos, if you are a Elon Musk, if you are a Walmart Corporation, you could find ways to get around these taxes. If you're a real rich guy who does not really sell things to people, you can just move out of the country and leave, just bounce, close up shop. If you got a shop going on, just leave, refuse to pay. But you're a regular person working hard, take care of your family, take care of your kids. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico or I'm gonna go to Thailand or Vietnam. You stay right here in the USA and just get taxed to death. 87,000 new IRS agents. Why? To tax you, to tax your Zelle, your PayPal, things of that nature. Now, here's what I want, because I got a personal vendetta against the federales when the IRS and whatnot. Not anything crazy, YouTube censor. So I'm talking about just, I don't like what they do, their tactics and how they collect money, why they collect so much money. I don't like it. Now, are they going to even answer the phone now? Try calling the IRS right now and try to get a human being on the phone. Matter of fact, try to get anything. You call them. Sorry, we're not accepting the calls right now. Call again later, and they hang up on you. They just straight hang up the phone on you. You can't even get no operator, no nothing, no different department. They will not answer the phone for you. So can we get? And the thing is, you could hire some people to answer the phone. Do an IRS call center. Put it right there in PG County, Maryland. Do that. Like you can staff that instantly. But they don't want to do that because they don't want to talk to you. They don't mind taking your money. They'll cash your checks. You paying your taxes. They'll cash them checks all day long. But then when it comes to a refund, no, you can't get me. Why not just run me my money? Make an automated system to where if I'm owed a refund, I put in my information and I get the money back. How about that? And the crazy thing is, these audits are so dumb for just like a regular person because they know how much money you make. They know where it is. They can access your money as far as being able to see it wherever it is. Your fintech apps, your bank, wherever it is. They can't just look under your mattress yet. They might come to your crib eventually, but that's a different story. If you have money in a bank, in a PayPal, and a Cash App, they can see it. So they can see your income, but they want you to fill out taxes and do something wrong so they can audit you and penalize you. Do you know that when you owe IRS tax debt, they put interest on it? You know that? So if you're late paying your bill, they put interest. They just make money. They make money off of probably an honest mistake or your inability to pay because you don't have it. So not only are you taxed to death, they're also taxing you for being late because you can't pay, but you couldn't pay from the beginning. It's so dumb. Trigger ain't the word. How about doing things that are going to help the American people? New tax agents. Matter of fact, I have a graphic here that I'll show you guys right quick. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Here's the graphic, and pardon the colors. The colors ain't really but you know what, Spirit Fruit? This is a good comment. Spirit Fruit says, nothing to hide if you do it honest. You see, it's not even about that. The tax code is very confusing. Okay, like if you're a regular normie with a W-2, that's one thing. But if you got businesses and different kinds of income and cryptocurrency and stocks and all kind of stuff, it gets very confusing and it's easy to fall out of compliance. This is why Trump has a whole team of lawyers. You see, I don't really need a team of lawyers. I have accountants, but I don't need a whole team of lawyers just yet. I'm not quite at a Donald Trump level. But if you're Donald Trump or somebody like that, you need a whole team of lawyers to stay in compliance with the IRS because it gets kind of dodgy up there. All these rules and loopholes and things you have to do, it's confusing. You make a mistake, now you're in jeopardy. I got a bill like 3 years later talking about, you owe $15,000 and it's interest on it. I had to fight that for like a good 2 years of you sending in some stuff. They send something back. You send something else. They send something back. It goes on for years. So yes, I don't have anything to hide, but at the same time, let's not forget that the IRS sucks. The IRS sucks. They're inefficient. They're often incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. They're going to hire more of them and do more of the same to target you because they got to have a new division for all the fintech stuff. They're probably going to headhunt guys from Silicon Valley to go over there and be IRS agents because they understand how to deal with the technology that a lot of the older guys don't understand how to deal with. But anyway, so here's the chart. And pardon the colors. I know it's like the same color almost, with that different shades of green. So if you can't see it, this says IRS exams by income range. It's a pie chart. 51% of the IRS exams are from those who have no income to $75,000. 51% are between no income and $75,000. That's not, rich people. And then the next bracket is between 75 and 200,000. That's 26% or that. So about a quarter of the IRS exams are between 75 and 250,000 or $200,000, but half, the majority, like 51%, are no income, $75,000. And I bet the majority of that is much less than $75,000. It's probably a big piece that's between zero and like $35,000, regular normie stuff. Okay. Now, the last little block here, 4.8%, that's more than $10 million. 4.8% of IRS exams are on those who make more than $10 million a year. Now, I thought that the IRS were going to really target the rich and they got to pay their fair share and all this, that, and the third. But what I see, they're targeting regular normies who make pretty much no money. High school kids working at Sonic, trying to get some school clothes and impress girls or whatnot. They're targeting that person. Okay? They're targeting that person. They're targeting normies. Small business, regular normies, not the upper crust, not the elite. Okay? That's just the reality of the situation. So, I don't think this is going to be a good thing. I think you're just going to have more normies getting targeted. And they probably still won't staff that phone because they don't want to talk to you. Oh, man, they don't want to talk to you. The last time I talked to an IRS agent, they were rude. It was like a McDonald's order. Like you go to McDonald's, pull it to the window, go ahead. Chick-fil-A is like, hello, how are you doing? Have a blessed day. Can I have your order? It'll be my pleasure to have your order. It's like McDonald's. And meanwhile, I'm paying you tens of thousands of dollars in tax money and I get that kind of service and it became no service. Oh man, triggered. But let me go ahead and move on. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all for being here. Okay. Oh, and the biggest thing I almost missed about the IRS, they're going to get $80 billion of your tax money. Imagine that. You're getting robbed by the IRS to pay them more money to rob you some more. Ain't that something? Oh, man, you're talking about, like, if it was a cartoon, it'd be like the steam coming out the ears. My headphones would be like this, and steam coming out. They're robbing you of your money to give themselves more money to take more of your money. That's crazy. But hey, that's America right now, unfortunately. Man, this guy, Brandon, got to go. He's got to go. What I don't understand what else to really say. He's got to go. That's just the long and short. Okay? That's the long and short. All right. So what else we got going on before I get to totally triggered? The trans cheerleader. Okay. I'll cover this briefly. I don't want to get too long-winded. No, we got super chats and whatnot to get through. So y'all just hang tight here. Okay. So I got pictures I'm gonna put up on the screen and they'll speak for themselves. I promise they will. They shall speak for themselves. Matter of fact, hold on. I got an article right here. Perfect. Matter of fact, because this has the audio with it. So a 25-year-old.
Oh, bitch, come outside then.
All right, sorry for that. It's a little bit of cussing. But a 25-year-old, quote unquote, cheerleader who is transgender. So this person was born as biological male, XY male, who quote unquote became a female. Like, okay, here's a timeline. The person became female like this year, like April. They changed their name and then quote unquote became female. And then they went to the women's team. This is at a college in Texas. Where is this at? This is somewhere. Ranger College in Texas. So the person's 25 years old, a biological male, black male with a face full of crazy makeup. You can see that in a minute. And then he, she, they, them, zim, zer choked out a 17-year-old white girl because the girl misgendered this trans person. But the person did not actually misgender the person. They still got their twig and berries, and they are a biological male, looking like Edgerrin James, Ricky Williams, who else? Looking like Mike Allstott, a black version. Just stocky, you know what I mean? Like if you were a fullback, you would get you would make every block. You have touchdowns, catches, all that kind of good stuff, right? You'd be a full package fullback in the National Football League if you were to go play, rather than being a cheerleader. Step onto the field, play football there. How about that? Rather than checking your pom-poms, take them tackles and get 200 yards a game. But I'm getting triggered. So there was a fight over this. Now the person did not get locked up, but they got a criminal misconduct citation and then fined for like $500. I don't know how that works, but anyway, there's a video right here. I want to play that because it's just a bunch of be this, be that, be this, be that, unnecessary. So that's a person right there. Avery Chanel Medlock. Look at this face. Like, okay, hold on. Wait a second. Come on. Like, sir, you're not fooling me one bit. All right. You're looking like you can pave a mean driveway. You understand? The driveway, the sidewalk, you're going to do that real well. It could be hot, raining. You're going to do that very well. But look at this. Look, I'm not, come on, man. From the neck down, you have rapper tattoos. All right. Rapper / jail tattoos. From the neck up, you have on a YouTube makeup tutorial. This is a filter on your face in real life. I'm not convinced. If you're going to be trans, can't fool me. I live not far from Atlanta. I'm fooled quite often. Not in that kind of way. Don't get it twisted. Okay. I'm talking about just, I could be walking out of my business, twiddling my thumbs, okay, scrolling TikTok, and then I see this person come out the woodwork looking like Rihanna, but it's not Rihanna. It's Rondell. It's Rondé. This right here ain't that though. This right here is scary. That's job scary. If I saw that in person, I call the cops. Okay, look at this. Come on, man. Step off of the sideline and get into the game. Get these yards. If I throw you the rock, you're going to get 200 yards a game. Guaranteed. We got a good O-line. You got all the gaps in the world. Good breakaway speed. Get a little bit of cardio. Tighten up. You'll be good money. Doc, that's their real face, man. I'm trying to tell you. That's just a bunch of makeup and stuff. A YouTube tutorial. That's what's going on with that. But this person in the wig right here, obviously, this person choked out someone over misgendering. But come on, man. Like, you have bigger fish to fry right here. I'm not very convinced. Try to get some. You got these jail tattoos. Like, you put in some work for the crew back in the day. All right. Okay. So, yeah, that's that. I want to say this whole trans thing. If you want to be trans, that's your identity, then go for it. I'm not going to stop you. How can I stop you from being who you want to be as an adult? But leave others out of your madness. If you got something going on with yourself mentally, get that worked out. Get that worked out. But don't involve me in it. I'm not in this. I'm not in your madness. Whatever you got going on is your particular issue, not mine. That's just how that works. Didn't get arrested. It was a criminal citation. It was like a fine. So it was nothing pretty much. That's just what that is. Yeah, I've seen the real guy, but yeah, that right there is crazy. But I'll move right along. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. We got super chats on deck, and then I get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Hold on one second. Thank you to Mallory Foss, who says, "What's up, ABL? I'm legit concerned about the Dems will pull some shady mess for 2024. They obviously will do anything to prevent Trump from getting into office a la 2020. The beard looks right on. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. But yeah, well, we all knew this would happen. We knew that come midterm time and come 2024, they do things like this. We're not surprised, are we? I called it. You called it as well. We all called it because we know how they operate. We saw what they did in 2016, 2020, and 2022. They rolled out Black Lives Matter, these the fake stuff from the FBI. It's a pattern at this point. It's not even anything that's new. They've done it before. They've been doing it for years and years and years. Even before the whole Trump-Hillary situation, they've been doing it for a long time. For years, this has been going on. And ain't nothing new. But the day and the date, that's it. That's the only thing that's new. That gets to Apu says, R.I.P. Roger Mosley. Favorite cop show, Magnum P.I., Miami Vice, Kojak, Shaft, Starsky and Hutch, McCloud, Columbo, NYPD Blue, Hill Street Blues, CSI Hawaii 5-0. I didn't really watch those cop shows. I think I watched some of CSI. I watch Law and Order sometimes as well, but it's kind of depressing, so I don't really watch it no more. But yeah, I'm not really into all the. Well, I'll tell you what I did watch was Cops or First 48. Cops, I like watching Cops because it shows people in their natural and their real element. It's like one of the first reality shows. So I used to love Cops, like the OG Cops when it first came on. I watch it all the time. And then later on, First 48. But that's also kind of depressing, you know what I mean? But anyway, Apu says, R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John. You see Grease, ABL? I've not seen Grease, actually. I've never seen Grease before. I've heard about it. Maybe I've seen some clips from it, but I've not actually seen the movie. ABL fans, favorite Grease song, Summer Nights, We Go Together, Sandra D, Grease Lightning, Hand Jive. And I can't read the rest of this. One That One. That is Apple says, ABL, did IRS return your money? No, they sure didn't. They returned, they gave me some of it. Yeah, man, don't get me started on that. They gave me some of the money back, but not all of it. They still owe 5 figures. Oh yeah, they still owe that. And I'm waiting any day now, but I better not hold my breath. I'll be dead by the time they give me my money. But anyway, let me not say that. Let me just knock on this bamboo right here. But anyway, thank you to Apple says, your main man, Sean King, dropped 40 grand on the dog. I might, that is hilarious. They said that was proof positive that he's a white man spending $40,000 on the dog. That was hilarious. Hold on. I forget what he got. Did he get he got a bull mastiff and spent 40 grand on a it's a thoroughbred show dog. Yeah, so you got a yeah, I might do a video on that actually. That's hilarious. That is too crazy. 40 bands on a bull mastiff. So that's something right there. I still do not understand how anybody thinks that this guy is black. Even when because he's been around for a long time, very long time. When I was still on the left, I saw him as like an ally to the black community. I was like, okay, you got a white guy out here helping the black community. That's great. Even when I was on the left, I thought that he was white. How can you think he's black? Like, what about this guy says, look at this, man, come on. Really? You're looking like Captain Jack Sparrow right here. If Captain Jack Sparrow went to a barbershop and said, hey, man, just mess it up. Keep the mustache and the soul patch, mess it up. That's Sean King right there. Okay. Send him to Ireland somewhere. He fit right in. Put him in the kilt and all that good stuff. He'd be right at home. This man is not black at all. If he's black, I'm white. What in the world? But anyway. So that's a dog right there. He paid 40 bands for a bull mastiff. Okay. I mean, I thought these kind of guys were against capitalism and spending this kind of money on stuff like this, but I guess not. I don't know a lot about dogs really, but do you have these big bull mastiffs as show dogs? Like, do they go to the shows where they do all the tricks and stuff? Like, I see like a lot of little smaller dogs, leaner dogs. I don't see these big bear-sized dogs going to shows. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Who knows? Maybe I'm just ignorant of the dog world. But I don't think I've ever seen a big dog like that at a dog show. Maybe I have. Maybe I just didn't really notice. Okay. Let me go back to it. Apple says Sean King, aka Martin Luther King, Taco Max, Thurgood, Marshmallow, Milk Chamberlain, new nicknames for you. Crack Rock, Obama, Tapioca, Sugar Shade, Leonard, Stevie, Whitener, Tofu Diddy, Coco B Woke. Also, ABL, you are so wise. The grift is on the left. Exhibit 237. Sean King spends 40 grand on a dog. Racism must be solved. By the way, what pet would you pay for $40,000? If I pay 40 grand for a pet, I want a whole dinosaur. I want to say dinosaur. I want a T-Rex. If you can reanimate a T-Rex from the dead, I pay 40 grand for that. Sure. Put it in my backyard. I want to hear Jurassic Park all day and all night. 40 grand for a dog? No. I refuse. Give me a whole T-Rex. How about that? Give me a trained T-Rex. I put that in my backyard. And then I'll spend that kind of money on that. But beyond that, no way. Apple says Trump should sue all media for the Russia hoax. Oh, of course. Not only the media, but the quote unquote intelligence community, the whole establishment. I mean, this whole thing is a farce. I don't trust anything that the government says anymore. The federal government, nothing they say. Nope. Not the way it's currently situated. Apple also says, God bless Donald Trump. Please pray for the prayers. Also, deep state agents of the FBI and DHS, your evil deeds toward President Trump and the J6 MAGA Patriots will be avenged by God himself. Repent and reveal true. Thank you to C. Harris for your donation. Thank you to Apple again, who says, opinion on Vegas vape store owner, a.k.a. Knife Ninja. Was he justified or will he be making big blocks in the Little Rocks? Looks like he was highly trained. So, yeah, did you guys see the store owner in Vegas who stabbed the guy who went over the counter? I can't play the video here, obviously, because the guy, it was hilarious, though. He got stabbed up. Hey, he's stabbing me. Oh, I'm dead. Hilarious. You got to watch it. But so the guy, Asian guy, behind the counter at a store, I think it's a vape store, and two guys come in wearing masks. And he's like, hey, why are you guys wearing masks? And he's like, can you guys please leave? Because he realized it was about to be a robbery or something like that. One guy took something from like the side rack on the wall and like ran out. The other guy hops over the counter. And then the guy behind the counter pulls out a knife and stabs him. Boom, 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 boom. He's hitting him on his leg. And he was like, it looked like John Wick. I was like, wow. Them Asians, man, when they get to their limit, the samurai, the samurai spirit comes out. Stab that man up. I think the robber lived though. Unfortunately, I mean, if you're gonna do all that, you might as well go ahead and die. But I don't know if that's going to be seen as self-defense or what. I don't know. Because the guy did hop over the counter. The guy did ask him to leave. They had on masks. There was an intention for a robbery. And if he didn't stab him, then what happens? If he goes over the counter and assaults the store owner or the guy behind the counter, I don't know if he owns the store or what. So I don't. All I do know is that it was satisfying to watch the video. I'll tell you what, it sure was. Stabbed him. Oh, he's stabbing me. Hilarious. Matter of fact, I'm going to play the audio, not the video. Let me see if I can find it right quick. It's on my Twitter page, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can find my Twitter, of course, twitter.com/Anthony B. Logan. So here's the audio, but not video. Matter of fact, I could play some of the video. There's no audio video. I can play up to the point where he starts to get stabbed.
Bro, okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
So right here, you see it happen so quickly. It's kind of a shorter video. It didn't show the prior conversation, but you can see the store owner right there behind the counter. Two guys wearing masks. They appear to be white guys or something else. This guy right here takes a thing from, you see like these little racks on the side of the store. You see how it is? So he takes something from the rack.
Okay.
And then he is leaving. He runs out. And then you see my man right here with the knife as the guy comes behind the counter. And then at that point, he's getting stabbed. Stab, stab, stab. Now, let's come out of the video and you can hear the audio.
Oh, stop me! I'm dead! I'm dead.
He's stabbing me. I'm dead. Hilarious. So hopefully the guy does not face any charges, meaning the store clerk or the owner. And the guy that hopped behind the counter with the intention to rob him, maybe even hurt him, goes to the penitentiary. But I don't know. That might be kind of a hard one. All right. So that's that one. And let me see. Thank you to apparently here who said, Papa from the convenience store is my hero. Also, I've heard you make references to Dragon Ball Z over the years. Who's your favorite character? Love your show. Keep spitting facts. I like, of course, the default character everybody likes is Goku. That's like, the main person. But I would say somebody like Trunks, Future Trunks, not Baby Trunks, but like Future Trunks with the jacket and all that. Yeah, Trunks and the sword. That was almost my dude. Thank you to Gilbert for the Halo emoji donation. Thank you to Alma A who says, what is a banana republic? A banana republic, that is like third world countries that are ruled by like warlords where there's no rule of law. Things just kind of go on. There's sham trials all over the place. It's just, third world nations that have no real government, a pretend government, basically. That's probably the best way to describe it. Let me see what Google says as far as a banana republic, like what that means. Yeah, so it says a small dependent country, usually of the tropics, especially one despotically, right? Ruled by a despot is just no real government, but like one person that calls the shots, that's pretty much what it is. Oh yeah, somebody said that's better than you shot my arm off. Yeah, you shot my arm off. That was hilarious too. He stabbing me was hilarious. Thank you to Tommy from Texas who says, did you get the t-shirt sent some weeks ago? Just making sure I didn't get ripped off by the place I bought it from. I did get that, man. Thank you for that. Thank you to Caius Posthumous who says, you think DeSantis or A.G. Moody knew about the raid? Of course. Well, no, pardon me. I read that incorrectly. I don't know that they knew about it. Because I'm thinking about the U.S. Attorney General. They knew about it. The feds knew about it, but I don't know if DeSantis knew about it. Just like Abbott in Texas does not know about all this stuff going on with the migrants, or what happened here in Tennessee when they dumped a bunch of migrants off in Chattanooga. The senators, Marsha Blackburn and my man, Bill Haggerty, did not know about it. They found out on the news like everybody else. Leo says, keep rocking facial hair, ABL. Thank you for that. Georgia Pete says, off topic, but your beard looks so handsome on you. Just saying, also great show as usual. Well, hun, thank you for that. Thank you to William Scott Jr. who says, where was the LGBTQ community during the Brittney Griner situation? Nowhere to be found. What are they going to do about that? Nothing. Thank you to Caius Posthumous who says, Bernie Carrick said that the FBI could take out 45. Man, hopefully not. Hopefully that doesn't really go on. Okay, we got calls on deck next. The number to call, 434-658-1220. I'm going to be right back. I forgot my water, and I am dying of thirst, okay? I'm in a Sahara Desert with no water. I'm like John Wick when he was walking to the elder, about to just completely just give up. So I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes, going downstairs to get some water, and we're going to get to the call after I come back. And we're going to be on Skype There's a Skype email in the description if you want to use that. If it doesn't work properly, it's not my fault. Please blame the white man. Let me get Skype set up first, and then I'll go ahead and just make a beeline down to the fridge. I need a fridge up here in this little area I got. Keep a little baby fridge. So if I forget my water, I can just be like, snatching out the thing. All right, 1 second. And I'm back. Caller, can you hear me? 903. I want to speak to 903. All right, hold on 1 second here, caller, because I think I'm messing up. Because the settings are off. Give me 1 second, please, caller. Caller, can you hear me?
Yes.
All righty, what's going on?
Hey, Anthony. First of all, I want to just say thank you for everything that you do and for keeping us informed and raising our spirits when it looks like the chips are down. I wanted to ask you if you saw President Trump's campaign ad. I think it's on True Social. It runs like 3 to 4 minutes.
Now, I think I saw a preview to that, but I've not seen the actual full thing yet.
Okay. I find it very interesting that he had that up within hours of them raiding him. And I believe he knew they were going to do that. He knew there was a good chance they were going to do that. I also heard that he kept his safe empty, so they didn't find anything there. I can't verify that for you, but I feel it was a reliable source that I heard that from. But I think he was ready for them, and I think they're going to regret this because it's going to make him more popular, and they're proving his point that this is a witch hunt, and they're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, I believe so. And I think that they're doing it on purpose because they may be forcing him to announce that he's going to run because they know that if they raid him and they do things like this to attack him, that'll make him want to run more. So it could be done on purpose. It could be kind of a strategic thing to bait him into saying what he's going to do. But I can't really tell.
You have a good point there. That's something to think about. But that's all. I don't want to keep you on. I know you got other callers, and just want to say thank you again, and you have a great night.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. And yeah, I mean, that whole thing, that's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So do you guys think that Trump is going to announce because of what happened here? Or is he going to keep it low and not really do anything and just kind of, keep quiet until it's time to be vocal? Because I think they want him to announce now so they can be ready very soon in the future, like midterm time. That's probably what they want to do. But it's kind of hard to tell. I don't really know what they're going to end up doing in the end. So we'll see. 202, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL. My name is Joe. I am calling from the nation's capital. How are you this evening, sir?
Oh, well, about yourself.
I could not complain. Thank you for asking. So I wanted to talk to you briefly about the raid on Mar-A-Lago this fine evening.
All righty.
So ABL, you're a very informed guy. So I would like to ask you: do you remember the Sandy Berger instance from back in the early 2000s?
I don't know if I do.
Gotcha. Well, and so let me remind you, because I'm sure you've already heard about it or read about it many times. So let me point. So Sandy Berger was a advisor to Bill Clinton, right?
Okay.
And what had happened under Sandy Berger was Bill Clinton was being investigated because after 9/11 happened, right? The George Bush's Department of Homeland Security said, "Hey, what did Clinton's administration know about 9/11?" Now, Sandy Berger walked into the Capitol, grabbed some documents, he stuffed them down his pants, and he walked out. Like, I'm not even kidding. You can look it up yourself.
I have heard about that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yep, you can look it up. I'm not wearing a tinfoil hat. Like, this actually happened. Everybody knows about it. So Sandy Berger stuffs some documents on the pants, walks out. He gets charged with a misdemeanor, and with his conviction, ultimately what happened was all he was required to do was sacrifice his security clearance for 3 years, right? So it wasn't even revoked. He just had to sacrifice his clearance for 3 years. It was just revoked for 3 years. But additionally, ABL, so we had Lois Lerner, right, of the under Obama, who was appointed as the head of the IRS, right? Lois Lerner then started sacrificing, what's the better word? Targeting conservative organizations, right? So if you were an organization that was conservative, it was proven already that she was targeting them so they would not get a tax exempt status, right? And you probably already know about Eric Holder and Operation Fast and Furious, right? How he was requested to turn over documents regarding the Fast and Furious operation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I apologize, and I'll get out of your way real quick, but basically, yeah, so people are going after Donald Trump as though he did something that is abnormal, but no. All presidents take confidential documents, whether we like to admit it or not, out of the White House. Whether it be into their personal residence or not is a different question, but this is not something new. Now, obviously, since Donald Trump did it, it's going to be sensationalized as though it's the end of the world and the rapture is coming, etc. But I would just like to get your opinion on that. And, Sandy Berger, Lois Lerner, Eric Holder, etc. I would just like to hear what you have to say about all that with respect to this raid on Mar-a-Lago. And with that, I will get out of your way.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. I've been hearing about the whole thing with was that Sandy Berger? Yeah, I've been hearing about that as far as, stuff documents down the pants. What that tells me, okay, if you were like in front of people, stuffing documents literally down your pants and then walking out, and all that happened was a misdemeanor, like you're not going to go to jail for that. You forfeit your security clearance and it's misdemeanor. So does that call for an FBI raid of your home? I don't think so. So why did they raid Donald Trump over an allegation of documents possibly being there? Not even like they saw him do anything. It's just they're trying to find something. Why have an FBI raid? What are you even looking for? Is there a particular thing you're trying to find? Like, what are you actually looking for? Okay, I don't really understand. And if they're at his house and it's at Mar-a-Lago and he has, Secret Service and whatnot, like, what is the actual problem? It's weird. And the whole Fast and Furious thing, that was a big mess. It goes back to what I was saying before. The federal government has been corrupt for a very long time. The federal government has been corrupt. Like, that's why I'm all for leaving most things to the states outside of national security. And can we do that right now? Look at the border. It's to the point where one thing that should be a federal issue is being kicked back to the states as far as your national security, the border wall. You have in Texas and Arizona and whatnot trying to take care of their own thing that the federal government should take care of, but they're not because of political reasons, not even because it makes sense to do it. So dumb. So yeah, it's all political because of midterms coming up and also the 2024 election. That's all. 570, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, it's Dominic from Brooklyn.
All righty, what's going on?
Hey, brother, when you had the thing with Sean White, that dog he has, that's a Connie Corso. That I had a bull mastiff growing up. He was a great dog, but I currently live with my wife and we have 12 Corsos and I breed them and they're great dogs. I think Sean got ripped off because they usually go for $2,000 to $2,500. But if you're a star and you have money, and they said, "Oh, the dog's a champion," whatever like that. For $40,000, they seen him coming. But I hope he takes care of the dog. He's got a great dog. If he's a dog person and takes care of that dog, he's got a great dog because they are great dogs for your family, for your kids, and they protect you. It's like having a soldier living in your house.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the dog looks nice. Like that like the dog that I saw, it looks nice. But $40,000, I mean, come on. And then being who he is, a political activist, and he appears to be against capitalism, it seems pretty contradictory.
Yeah. Like I said, they seen him coming, but I'm sure it's a nice dog. They usually are, for the most part. They're great dogs, and he's got himself a good dog. He paid a lot of money for it, but he's got a friend. If he takes care of him, he's in a good place. Nobody will ever bother him.
Right on.
I just wanted to tell you that, and you keep doing what you do, and we'll talk to you. Take care, ABL.
All right, thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so he's right. The dog is a cane corso. It's a kind of mastiff. So now he gave the dog back. Is that what happened? I don't know. So the dog won some awards, I guess. They got like little ribbons beside the dog's head. But yeah. So, and then Sean King did say a quote here, but I need you to know this so that you understand why our family not only needs a guard dog at home, but security wherever we go, 24/7. Then Sean King says, before we talk about how I should defend myself with guns, New York City won't even allow me to have a gun. New Jersey doesn't have a stand your ground law and hardly allows you to even own guns. Okay, so that's the excuse by spending $40,000 on a cane corso, right? Like my man just said, you could spend less money than that and still get a nice dog for home defense or for a family pet, and you don't got to spend that much money. It won some awards. Like, I don't think it's worth that much, but people will buy anything if they are convinced that they need to, or if they're able to be sold on the idea to buy anything. Hey man, I got a dog. If you spend $40,000 with me, it'd be the best dog ever. Okay, cool. And they'll go ahead and do it. Yep. The dog won trophy. The dog won singing trophies. Is that what happened? I didn't know dogs could sing. That's interesting. $559 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, Patrick from California. How's it going?
Everything's all right. How about yourself?
Hey, not too bad, man. Just a few questions with this Trump raid. And it seems like everything from the get-go was very suspicious or screwed up and just doesn't make any sense. A lot of people are saying that the judge used to be a Epstein lawyer. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that. And I saw some pretty weird pictures also of him. So, yeah, it's kind of strange.
Yeah, very strange. I'm curious to know what the actual warrant had to say because, the FBI wasn't even letting his attorneys go inside of Mar-a-Lago to see what they were even doing. And so I wonder, because they broke into a safe as well. And so my understanding, you have to have a whole separate warrant to break into a safe. I don't know if do you know if you have to have one or not? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I did hear
That's what I've
that.
been hearing.
Yeah, I did hear that. You need a warrant for the initial search, but to break a safe open, you need a separate warrant. You can maybe find the safe, but you can't get inside the safe without a separate warrant. So I'm not sure they actually had that. So I think there's some things going on here that probably weren't done properly. And if there was a warrant for the safe, then I have to ask how they got that. You know, I think there's some stuff going on. Just like the whole thing with the FISA warrants, we know how those were, you know, they were obtained improperly, and it could be the same thing going on here.
You know, it's interesting. I have to agree with the prior caller who called in saying that, you know, the coincidence and timing from the ad that Donald Trump released in comparison to the raid that the FBI did at Mar-a-Lago. And it is interesting in a sense that, you know, perhaps maybe he did know something, or not, you know, specifically knew that, oh, they're going to come raid at this hour, this day. But, you know, he's not a dumb guy. He knew that something eventually was going to go down. I mean, anybody in his situation and his position, you know, knows something's going to happen. It's just, you know, just the name of the game, the 4D chess that everybody talks about.
Right, exactly.
And so, you know, I think that this really has backfired on the Democrats, and I don't know what they even were expecting out of it to begin with. But the night of the raid, it created a whole lot of patriots in this country. And I think it just made Donald Trump's position 100 times more stronger than what it was the day prior of the raid. And you know, I really do think that I don't want to say that it's going to like escalate, you know, things to get to a crazy point. I hope not. Did you hear about the Fed front? I mean, I'm sorry, the Patriot Front supposedly planning a march to go there, an armed march to stand outside of Mar-a-Lago?
No, I didn't hear about that, but I'm not surprised. I mean, these guys, I mean, it's so obvious what these guys are at this particular point. I don't even understand why they're taken seriously. I think that what's happening is that a lot of things are done for a lot of the normies out there that believe in all the January 6th and all that kind of stuff. It's like a show. It's like a large Truman Show that is being put on just for them to consume.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. And it's definitely a show, especially, you know, coming from the Democrat side. You know, they have their people showing up too, and you know, standing outside of the Mar-a-Lago and things like that, saying, "Oh, he deserves this." You know, this is you know, had been a long time coming, and this and that and the third. But it's crazy to me that after everything that he's been through, I mean, the man has just been dragged through the ringer over and over and over again, and they have found nothing on him, nothing. And they still want to stand out there and say that, you know, he deserves this and deserves that, and he's guilty and everything else. And it's crazy to me, the mindset of these people, that I realized after that point that there's just some people in this country, man, that you will never be able to reach and get a hold of. It's just impossible. I think they're just set in their ways, and they're always going to be, you know, that one person that will never be able to see the truth, because after everything, the witch hunt, you know, like what you said the other day in your video about this, the witch hunt, the Russian scandal, you know, everything else, that they haven't found one shred of evidence with him to pin on him on. There's still people out there that believes, you know, lock, stock, and barrel, that he is this guilty, corrupt oligarch. And it's crazy to me.
Exactly. It's crazy, but, you know, that's the power of the mainstream media. You know, they really convince people to believe a certain thing. and then it's really hard to break that convincing.
Right. So anyway, hey, I appreciate it, ABL. Thanks so much for your 2 cents on that. God bless you, sir. God bless the United States of America, and God bless our 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. You hold in there, sir. We're right here, and we're always going to be there for you, sir. You take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Great call. Shout out to the caller. Yeah, man, it's all political. We know what it is. Oh, and I want to address this thing here. People say that it's hypocritical for conservatives to say that the IRS, not IRS, I was still triggered about that, that the FBI, they say it's hypocritical for us to say that we should abolish the FBI or reform the FBI when we don't say the same thing about the police. But the thing about it is the FBI, not the police. You see, the police, you're talking about your local force. We ain't talking about federal. We're talking about your state, your city, your town. The police where you live are not the same thing as the feds who have a political agenda coming from Washington, D.C. We don't want the federal government to be in control. That's the point. Whether it be the Department of Education, whether it be the IRS, the FBI, we don't want the federal agencies over us. We want to have more autonomy as states. That's the ultimate issue. So to conflate defunding the police with defunding the FBI is apples and oranges. It's not the same thing at all, but I'll digress. 209, you're on the line. I'm speaking to.
Hey, ABL, how are you? It's your trucker friend, Natasha from California.
All righty, what's going on?
Okay, I was listening to Dan Bongino's podcast today, and he said we should all be careful what we're posting on social media because they're watching us and they're anticipating violence from us. So just make sure you get all that out to your listeners too, because and the guy who was just on, he's my neighbor down south of me. So I think he's either Modesto or Ceres or something like that. Well, anyway, but I lost my train of thought. But anyway, he was saying that oh my God. Anyway, it was about violence and how people are going out to Mar-a-Lago. We shouldn't be doing any of that because they're going to put what do you call those people? Plants in there to infiltrate and try to start something. So we all got to watch out. The best thing we can do is go to the ballot or to the voting box and vote correctly.
Oh, definitely. Because they ultimately they want us to go try to do something crazy and get into some trouble, and then they can say, see, these violent, crazy Trump supporters is what they do. That's why we got to get Trump out of the way. So that's what they want. So to do anything like that would be the ultimately wrong thing to do.
Exactly. So yeah, he was just reiterating that he has the money to get him, if he has a need to get an attorney, but we don't have it, we'll be locked up like they have J6ers.
Right, exactly.
Yep. So, okay, that's all I wanted to say. Well, have a good night, ABL.
Thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, bye-bye.
So there was a video I found that I want to show right quick if I can still get my. Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second, you guys. 1 second. This is some people that are outside of Trump Tower. Some leftists. I guess they are protesting. I'm not sure what they're doing. But oh yeah, they're protesting. They have a little sign here that says "Arrest Trump." Now let's see what they say when they're interviewed or asked a question.
Is this unprecedented to arrest a former president for not turning in documents?
A former president that had committed this many provable criminal acts.
But what are the provable criminal acts, I guess?
Provable criminal acts. Well, I'm done talking.
Is this
it was a simple question. He was like, hey, the person was like, hey, is it unprecedented to arrest a former president? And then he was like, well, there's been so many provable criminal acts that he's done. And the guy was like, okay, so what are these provable criminal acts? And he had nothing. He's just, all he knows is how to just repeat whatever the media tells him in his mind to justify the protest that he's doing. But he doesn't know exactly what he's talking about. That's typically what you get from a lot of these normies. That was hilarious. Shout out to Newsmax for that particular clip, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was Newsmax. National Report. Shout out to them. Yeah, that was an epic fail right there. Hilarious when at that. All right, man, what's going on?
Hey, buddy. I'm going to pause you here on the other line.
All righty.
That last caller, yeah, that was funny. That video is killing me. They don't have any idea what provable criminal acts are. But I think more than that, the lady that was just on the line a minute ago, and you had said, yeah, they want us to kind of react violently to this. Did you get, I mean, I don't know if you watch other YouTube channels and stuff, and Crowder's funny sometimes. He's a bit of an ass, but that's his shtick. But he was really, or actually I think it was Dave Landau, said people shouldn't be surprised at this, that MSNBC and CNN, everybody's like, oh no, they're going up in arms. This is war. I think that's the point. And I think that's what you were trying to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think the Democrats are doing this on purpose to rile people up because they want another January 6th.
That's correct. They want something. Yeah. They want to get something out of it. They want maybe to start something to get another January 6th, or they want Trump to announce now so then they can get started bashing him for the midterms and also for 2024.
Exactly. Anything that they can do to keep him off the ballot.
Exactly.
Because that FBI raid, I mean, they had a really good point on Crowder. And I was thinking this as soon as this happened. What was the difference between, the Chinese doing their misinformation campaign when they were just going through and getting rid of any dissidents, and this? I don't see a difference.
I
If
don't.
you can
I don't
explain
either.
the difference, let me know.
Yeah, it appears to be the same to me. I don't see a difference.
It kind of reminds me of it's the reverse, but this is the same thing as Watergate. How is this not impeachable?
Yeah, right. Exactly. But I mean, things change. The politics it's crazy. DC has been corrupt for a long time, but the corruption now is at an all-time high, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. But there's the one good point is that at least it's coming out.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, man. Beard looks good. I know you got other callers. It's good talking to you.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. See you.
Great call from my man James over in Japan. Let's get to some more here. 818, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi. So I wanted to speak on to a couple of things. Involving.
Hold on. Before you continue,
yes.
There is static in the background. Are you wearing a headset or a Bluetooth speaker or something?
No.
Do you have on headphones?
No. It's are you still getting static?
Yes.
Then I'll hang up. Sorry. I'll try again.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Shout out to the caller. I don't know what happened, but that static. Let's get that resolved. 717 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, long time no talk. It's Moses. How you doing tonight?
Oh, well, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I see you got that stubble going on. You gonna keep it?
I don't know, man. We're going to see. If I like it, I'll keep it. But if not, it'll go right back to the baby face.
Yeah? Well, then you should try it. Just keep it. Just keep it for at least a few weeks. So, like you said, if you don't like it, just take it off.
There you go.
So, I want to talk about this whole Trump Mar-A-Lago raid going on. Did you hear that one of the judges that kind of approved this going on was an associate of Epstein?
Yeah, so I think it was one of a lawyer for somebody linked to Epstein or Epstein himself. It was something like that.
Yeah, it's so weird how everything is like connected. I don't know. I have some conspiracy theories going on with the documents, why they wanted the documents so badly. I mean, it could be a nothing burger, but my guess is maybe Trump had dirt on people who went to Epstein's Island, quote unquote, and maybe he wanted to use that as leverage. But I could be wrong, because now that I think about it, it's like, why wait 18 months to get those papers? I don't know. I don't know why they wanted to go after this man so badly. You're basically ruining the country over one man, and you're not focusing on real issues. And you wonder why no one's going to want to vote for you.
Right. Exactly.
So there's going to be a bloodbath for sure. If anything, it just motivated people to go out and vote more. I think you're going to see more people vote than ever before, because they're going to see this and be like, man, if they did this to the former president, they could do it to anybody. They could do it to you. They could do it to me. They could do it to everybody, especially the fact that they're hiring, 87,000 people to go into the IRS? So that's going to be crazy.
It really is. Scary times.
Yeah, it's scary, but we got to hold together, we got to stick together. And I do appreciate everything you do, ABL. God bless you, and have a good night. I just want to keep it short and sweet.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate it. Bye-bye.
So here's the judge. I may do a video on this as well. The judge in the issue who signed the Trump warrant. So this is the guy right here, Bruce Reinhart. So judge who signed Trump warrant repped Democratic lawmaker accused of putting mistress on payroll. Bruce Reinhart also reps Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators in sex trafficking case. Okay. So that's what's going on right there. And then there's a picture of him, kind of like in super lounge mode. Let me see if I can find it right quick before we get to the next call. And the number to call as always is 434-658-1220. So this is also him right here. Give me 1 second. Load it up. This is from 2017. We interrupt this hurricane for the beginning of football season. Sitting on my back patio, protected by Kevlar screens that are bolted down, hoping electricity stays on for the Giants-Dallas game tonight. And let's go ahead and, all righty. So that's him right there. That's your judge. All right. So I'm just showing you what's going on. I'm just giving you facts, showing you pictures. That's it. And you can, from there, make your own mind up. Whatever you want to, if you want to judge them or whatever you know what I mean? It's up to you. I'm giving you the information. I'm giving you the facts. And then I'm allowing you to do whatever you want with the information. All right. But I digress. Let's continue. 434-658-1220. That's the number to call. And let's keep on rocking and rolling here. Let's go. All right, Tariq, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not too much. Everything's good.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. I know the last caller was asking, he doesn't know why they're doing Trump like this. I mean, we should all know why they're doing Trump like this, man. They don't want him to win. He cannot be controlled. And, Trump stands for things that goes against the establishment. One of the main things is being anti-war. Trump seems to be the only president to go talk to our enemies. Like how many presidents would have visited Kim Jong-un and shook his hand? And then the American public got to ask, despite what the media says, and even Fox News included, we don't need to be enemies with nuclear countries. Like, that's silly. Trump actually was the only president to even go talk to Vladimir Putin and had a civil conversation. They were wanting him to go to Vladimir Putin and wave his finger. You know how we do, how past presidents trying to think we can tell other countries what to do, bully them, and they're going to listen. No, it doesn't work that way because America, we don't even operate like that. Like, let's let the Chinese come over and wag their fingers at us and tell us what to do. We're just going to blow them off. So yeah, man. Trump, he's just pushing for policies, ending immigration, which illegal immigration, which really hurts big businesses want to hire for cheap labor. It also hurts the Democrats as well for the voting bloc. He wants to end all these things. So he's a threat. And we should have known that when these FBI, what they say, the 3 intelligence services said they were Russian collusion, we should have all known that was a hoax because I don't know if you remember, first it was 2. And then it seemed like they reconvened and then all 3 came out. And then their evidence from what I've seen was some stupid interviews from, Russian Today, that RT network, they were saying that was being slandered to be pro-Russian or some nonsense like that. But that's nothing, man. All of this is psychological manipulation played on the American people. They do not want Trump to run because they know that Trump may even end this stupid Ukraine conflict. He may just go there, be the adult, have both Russia and Ukraine sit down and talk, which messes up NATO expansion. So yeah, we can't be clueless as conservatives and scratch our head and act like the system is all of a sudden go haywire. No, it's always been this way. It took Donald Trump speaking the truth to finally come out and say something, man. And lastly, on this raid, man, conservatives got to be careful because they want, I do agree with the previous callers, they want another January type 6, protest with conservatives. Conservatives need to be careful gathering up anybody who's acting, reckless, talking about charge or attack. They need to kick that person out because they are working on our emotions. They want Donald Trump to look like a violent man, just the last thing we have to understand, man, the rhinos and the Democrats, they like, offering Americans lip service, saying, oh, we love America, or they will go up to different races and pander, but they never do anything tangible for you. They become president, but you don't feel any of the progress. You feel nothing. The economy tanks, just like Joe Biden. Joe Biden's presidency is standard presidency. It's no different from George Bush. It's no different from Obama. Economy tanks. You have no idea what is going on with the White House. We're over here fighting wars. We're over here giving foreign countries billions of dollars. We're doing nothing about the border. No issue, no talk on domestic issues. And the partisan politics is getting bigger. And, just one more thing, man, midterms is going to be important for Republicans. And what Republicans got to understand is it doesn't matter if we have a House, a Senate, and the presidency ran by Republicans. As long as you have these rhinos will be the new Democrats blocking everything. So Liz Cheney's election is coming up. Anyone in Wyoming, y'all better vote her out, man, because we need more of these America First MAGA patriots getting in. And that's all I got to say, man.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate you.
All right, take care.
Great call all the time. And you guys are the best audience anywhere on the internet. You guys know what the number is by now. If you don't know, the number is always in the description box. It also comes right here. There it is, right on time. 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. There's also an email. If you want to get in through Skype, the email for that, will also be in the description. 860, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL. It's FA Ranger Xbox. How you doing, brother?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Missed you last Saturday, but I'm glad you got it together with your family and hope everybody's doing good. But, man, I just lost my train of thought. It derailed. But anyway, I found something. And this is a man who's a wealthy, billionaire banker who was aide to French President Mitterrand in 1981. And I'd like to read one page real quick out of the book that he wrote called Weapons of Hyper-Conflict. And I'm pretty sure this will enlighten every single member of your audience.
All righty.
Ready? In the future, It will be a question of finding a way to reduce the population. We will start with the old, because as soon as it exceeds 60 to 65 years, man lives longer than he produces and costs society dearly. Then the weak, then the useless who do nothing for society, because there will be more and more of them, and especially the stupid ones. Euthanasia, targeting these groups, euthanasia will have to be an essential instrument of our future societies. In all cases, we cannot, of course, execute people or set up camps. We will get rid of them by making them believe it is for their own good. Too large a population, and for the most part unnecessary, is something economically too expensive. Socially, it is also much better for the human machine to come to an abrupt halt rather than gradually deteriorating.
Wow.
We won't be able to run intelligence tests on millions and millions of people. You could imagine. We will find something or cause it. A pandemic that targets certain people, a real economic crisis or not, a virus that will affect the old or the fat. It doesn't matter. The weak will succumb to it. The fearful and the stupid will believe it and ask to be treated. We have taken great care to plan the treatment, a treatment that will be the solution. The selection of idiots will thus be done on its own. They will go to the slaughterhouse on their own. The following statements, which were made in 1981 by powerful international banker and unapologetic eugenicist Jacques Attali, are taken from interviews with Michael Solomon, Faces of the Future. And his original book was published by the Rothschilds. What do you think of that? 1981.
That's pretty deep. I mean, it's pretty prophetic. They got a game plan they're trying to execute, and unfortunately, they're having some success. So that's pretty deep.
Yeah, especially since what morticians are starting to report what they found in bodies they're embalming.
Right. Yep.
That's never been seen before in the history of mankind. So, yeah. So, and the IRS, remember I told you they want to defund the police and replace them with something like the IRS because they don't answer to the Constitution of the United States. They don't swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States. I'm going to leave you with this, ABL. In 1980, when I was a private in the Army, the IRS was sending me harassing letters needing more details about my employment. I don't know how more, excuse my language, but asinine. They're not even part of the government, actually. They're a private entity. That's why they can get away with so much. In Tennessee, years ago, they dug a man up to make sure he was dead.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember almost everything I read, see, and hear. It's very annoying sometimes, but it's been coming in handy the past couple of years. And I was in Italy in 1981 when he wrote that, and I knew that for some reason I couldn't stand the French government. I wouldn't go there, have no use for it. Io parlo italiano molto bene, anche sprechen Sie Deutsche klein, but I would never go to France. I had no use for it. I lived in Europe for 3.5 years. I've taken my kids to Disney World Tokyo, Disney World Hong Kong, which is gone. I mean, physically it's there, but whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But my wife said, I want to go to Paris and Disney World France. I said, I'll see you when you get back. But I couldn't place it. And then I read this on the internet a few days ago, and I'm so grateful you allowed me to share it. You can look it up. His name, I don't know how to pronounce his French name, but it's on Attali, Attali, Attale, and Weapons of Hyperconflict. And God bless President Trump. Did you know Trump's got a homeless woman living in Trump Tower for years?
Yeah, I've heard a story before. Yep.
Yeah, well, there's actually a video of it on YouTube. She's a black woman. You know, because Trump's a racist.
Right, of course.
All right. All right. Well, you take care, brother. You have a great night.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
God bless you. Bye.
All right, great call. Let's get to some more here. Let's go 918. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's up, ABL? It's JD Scott from Oklahoma. How you doing, buddy?
It's all good, man. Can't complain. About yourself?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Finally getting a little bit of cool weather here in the Midwest. What was I going to say? That trans cheerleader, oh my God. I mean, we're living in bizarre world, man.
Yes.
I mean, how did that even happen? Who let them, hang out with these young women on a girls' cheerleading team? How did that even happen? Who's responsible for that?
I think it's just the woke people that are in charge wherever they are. I guess so. That'll be pretty much how I look at it.
Yeah, and I saw someone in the chat earlier talk about during one of your super chats, talking about Brittney Griner. Yeah, where's the whole LGBTQ plus crowd at? Why don't they go over to Russia and try to have a little pride parade over there and see what happens?
Yeah, that's not going to be a good outcome. Trying to do something like that.
No, it would not. Nope. Yeah, now they got nothing to say when one of their own is. Yeah, but I'll be short. I just had one thing to say. I did hear some breaking news, actually, that I wanted to share with everyone. I know the reason for this FBI raid on Mar-A-Lago. I found out what it was. It's because Adam Schiff, you know him, Pencil Neck, he's still searching for those naked photos of Trump. He just cannot give up on that. That's what they were looking for. But no, I'm just kidding around. Of course, you know that.
Right.
Anyway, man, great show as always. Love you, man. Love all the people in the chat and the calls, and have a good night, buddy.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right, later.
All right, shout out to the caller. Let's go 773 in the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, how you doing? It's your retired Chicago police officer friend. Just a lot of the callers kind of touch base on all these things. I wanted to mention the Trump raid, the search warrants. I'm sure the FBI has crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's when it comes to the safe and everything else. I've been involved in search warrants before, and it's not that hard to articulate why you have to look in a car in a garage, why you have to look upstairs, downstairs, in a basement, and why you have to look inside the safe. They'll be able to articulate that. But what they won't be able to do is, they'll have to answer to their probable cause of why they wanted to raid Trump in the first place. What was the motivating factor? What are you looking for? Where did your information come from about what you are looking for, whatever that might be? And the bottom line, and we all know what it is that they're afraid of Trump. They're afraid that, they see that Biden is so horrible that people who even supported him now are not supporting him. And they're afraid of, him running in, another election, or any Republican for that matter. But they just want to take Trump out of that race and make it so that Trump cannot run. And that's really the bottom line on that. I think you would agree with that.
Yeah, I believe so. That appears to be the play here.
Also, I wanted to mention about the IRS. Listen, when they start talking like that, where they're hiring way more agents, 1,000 more IRS agents, I treat it like the Peanuts characters and the teacher at Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. They could say what they want, but the bottom line is that they're coming after the little people, the common people, as you like to say, the normies. That's who they're coming after, because that's where most of the money is being made. Not most of the money, but the majority. When you add up all the people that make $100,000, $65,000, $34,000, $210,000, those are the most common people, and that's what they want to get their hands on. The most people, instead of trying to get $1 million from one person, it's easier to get $1 from 1 million people.
That's
They're
right.
coming after the normal people. That's who they're coming after. That's who they want the money from. That's why they would like to get off the dollar. They really would, because they want to be able to track your every dollar. They hate the black market. And the black market not being illegal, well, maybe it is, but the black market being when, okay, I go to the guy down the street that works on cars in the alley, and he fixes my muffler, or he fixes my car. I go buy something from someone that works under the table and makes macaroni and cheese to sell to everybody, or pies, or cakes, or whatever. They want their hands on every single dollar. And if you don't have cash to pay for that, then they're able to track every penny that is exchanged, which is billions and billions of dollars. And that's what they want to get their hands on, so they can give it to their, rich, corrupt friends and, all these people. Here's the thing. I hate taxes too, ABL. And what really gets me about taxes, if it was going to a good cause, that would be fine. But it's stolen. It's stolen money, and it's put in the hands of people that don't need it. Even I forgot the rapper's name from Haiti that tried to do that charity for Haiti.
Wyclef.
Even his money, I believe. Say his name again,
Wyclef.
please. Yeah, exactly. Even he wanted to help the people there, but where did his money go and all his things go? It went to the warlords or whoever it is, the government of Haiti and the warlords, and that never got to the people. That's what happens with government money and taxes. It's stolen by people that are in the position to steal it. That's my, the last time I said that's my 2 cents, everybody said that's your 25 cents, but that's my opinion. And always great to hear your show, ABL. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate it as always.
Bye.
Yeah, that's the thing with tax money. It gets stolen. It definitely gets stolen. It doesn't go where it should go. Just like I said, they're going to give the IRS $80 billion to take more of your money. They're going to take $80 billion of your tax money to give to the IRS to take more of your tax money. Ain't that something? See, that's what we're talking about. It's silly. 408, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Abby, how you doing?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Hey, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate your show.
No problem.
So you made me go watch the Vegas video. That is pretty funny. The guy screaming. So that being said, I just have one quick thing. So the monkeypox and the WHO, they want to change the name, right?
Yeah.
Because they're afraid people are going to see it as racist, correct?
That's what I heard.
Okay, so if that's the case, if that's how they view it, then my only question is whoever they think might take it as racist, aren't they basically calling them monkeys?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Hey, thanks a lot for taking my call. I'm going to get off so other people can talk.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Yeah, the irony is not lost on me. These people, they just talk. They just say things that don't really make a lot of sense. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how that really operate, how that works. But I don't think anybody's really surprised here. All right, let's go. Hold on 1 second. Can we do 786 on the line? Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's up, ABL? It's Mike over here, MAGA Mike. How you been?
Everything's all right, man. Can't complain about yourself.
Good. Yeah, just watching you here live, seeing everybody talk, and I don't know. I know one of the guys mentioned the monkeypox. What do you think's going to happen there? They're trying to push on that, aren't they?
I mean, it's really crazy. I feel like it might be something that's man, it's a purposeful thing they released out into the public. I have a feeling that they did it on purpose. I don't really know why, but maybe they're just trying to get us back. They're trying to get us under control again. And you know the thing about it, people have been so brainwashed that when news of monkeypox came out, they say, "Oh, time for a lockdown." It's like lockdown for this, but people have already been conditioned. They've already been demoralized into believing that.
Yeah. I'm thinking too that the American people already are definitely, they caught on to it. They know this COVID was BS. You know, they're trying to push that monkeypox crap. You know, I'm thinking your average Americans kind of caught on to it already. You know, I was just concerned with this vaccine BS. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then, as you mentioned, the IRS now, you know, now they got to make up all that money for the stimmies. So that's why they're trying to push all this, you know, what is it, 87,000 from what I heard, something like that, along the lines.
Yeah, I've been, like that's the thing. They got to get back all that money. So they got to spend a bunch more money, put us more into debt to collect the money that they gave out, which was a terrible rollout from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. And now I see Biden's trying to crack down on the PPP frauds. What a coincidence, right?
Right.
It's just games they play. You know what I mean? It's just this back and forth crap with us. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. I'm curious. It's not looking too well, and especially for Trump, man. I mean, with the rate, it's concerning because it's like they want to pass HR 1808. They want to come after us. You know, and we all know it. It's not just about Trump. They're coming after us at the end of the day.
Of course.
Yeah. But I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Great calls tonight. You guys are fantastic. 818, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Is there static still?
All right. Now you good. You good now.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So yeah, what I was trying to say earlier was, first off, I'm curious if so familiar with 1933 Night of the Long Knives.
No.
So before I get into that, I'm going to go ahead and say real quick that when it comes to the FBI raid and everything else, and the Democratic Party trying to jail their political opposition, and you know, everything else that they're trying to push to maintain power and keep power, the Nazis did the exact same thing in 1933. It was called Night of the Long Knives. That's when they jailed the political opposition right after they went ahead and put in emergency powers after there was a fire. Once they did that, they went ahead and tried to do, they pushed the craziest stuff so that way they can get into power, especially through the media, which they had full control of. The thing is, I think it's time to start calling the Democratic Party for what they are. I mean, they controlled the KKK, you know, and the KKK is no different than Antifa or BLM. Same tactics: surrounding buildings, burning them down, you know, hurting people, businesses, everything else. And I'm somebody who's against demonization of somebody that is, you know, they constantly call Republicans, you know, white supremacists. They call them the KKK. They call them all kinds of slander and words. But you know, instead of redefining what it is, I think it's time to start calling them out for what they are doing and what they are. They are the KKK. They are doing the Nazi things. And the thing is, like I said, I don't like saying those things, but at the same time, I think it's time to start calling that out. They really are advocating for Nazism. A lot of people don't know Nazis were communists. They went against the SS, which a lot of people think the SS is something else. But before they took over the SS, it was actually they were conservatives, and then they anybody else that was at the top of the SS, they jailed them. They put people in there that they wanted, just like they do with you know, a Cheney or anybody else. They want rhinos. You know, if they're going to go ahead and even look or appear to be you know, to to appear to be fair. But I mean, I just feel like it's time that we start calling them out for what it is, rather than pulling back the rhetoric. And I think it's time to go ahead and put the rhetoric back in their face and show them what things are, especially through history.
Well, yeah, you're right on. We gotta show the world, not just talking to them, because they're not really trying to hear it. We gotta show the whole world what's really going on, for sure.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they use a lot of fiery rhetoric, like, "Oh, you don't believe this, so you're this, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're this, you're that." The fact of the matter is, what they do, they try to twist the words and do this word gymnastics, and they try to redefine everything. So if you don't believe, or if you don't trust what they're saying, they try to redefine the word, and it's time to start taking those words back and say, no, that's not what it means. And what you are doing is actual Nazism, instead of holding that back. I think it's time to start calling them out for what they're doing.
I'm with you. I understand.
Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I appreciate the call, and I love your content. Time to time I chime in, and just thank you again, and I'll let you go. You have a good night.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. All right, shout out to the caller. Great call. 828, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This is Ryan.
All righty, what's going on?
I want your thoughts on foreign policy.
Okay.
Where do you think we're going with what?
Well, that's kind of a broad question. Is you want to kind of narrow it down a little bit? Can you hear me? He hung up. I don't know what happened. Yeah, he probably was listening to the stream, because sometimes when you call in for the first time, you don't really know. You shouldn't do that. 929, you're on the line. I'm speaking to.
And today, how are you doing?
Everything's all right. About yourself?
Yes. So, yes, man. Is it possible for you to live stream with Shorty Cracker?
I'm not really sure. That could happen.
Yes, I hope so. It will be pretty fun and comedy, As you can see right now, we see the Brandon Healthcare Worker Administration. They start to hire the IRS agent or migrant for the so-called emergency. Because right now they know there are some people are preparing for the United States collapse, which the pending inflation, the pending price hike hit the point. Let us say hit the get point caused by the Democrat and also the useless rhino do nothing to the bill that they passed, that so-called the fighting the climate change, and this climate change bill can reduce the inflation. But we all know that their purpose is right now is turn the U.S. into the Venezuela 2.0, which first they will create the inflation, then they will become a tire power grab anything and make everything to be government owned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which they will come to kill you. They will come anyone who is prepared come to kill you and rape you too, and rape your whole family.
Whoa.
And I am not joking. I am serious right now.
I hear you.
And also, yes, and don't forget that I heard that the dependent healthcare worker, they are now grading forward. because they put their food on the table, though.
Right.
Oh, yes. And we see the FBI, the federal pedophile. Yes, the federal pedophile agent, right? We all see that they put libertarian and they put symbol flag like "Don't chat on me," come and take it, and also the symbol of the Liberty Tree as a domestic terrorism, white supremacy.
Okay.
Yes. And they start the monkeypox health emergencies. They say it is racist. So what we should call it? I believe we should call it the Gummer pox or the price pox or the gay pox, though, because we all know like 95% it comes from the gay men having sex with others. And yes, they use that so they can cheat the next midterm election.
Right.
And yes, man. I mean, we had to do something, though, you know. I not saw it, but we had to do something.
Yeah, that's right. So I thank you for your call. I definitely appreciate you.
Yes, let go, Brandon, and the shot must flow.
Thank you for your call. Appreciate it. All right. Shout out to him. Yeah, and thank you all for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on the internet. If you enjoy what you have heard thus far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I'm not sure what you're waiting on. Go ahead and subscribe. And I forgot to say this at the beginning, but this is a podcast you're listening to right now. And I will upload this as audio only on your favorite audio streaming platform right after the show. And it'll be available at 8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. That'll be Apple iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, Google. I said Google Play already. But wherever you get your podcast, it'll be available there 8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. 989, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Mike. Good evening. How are you doing, sir?
Everything's right. Can't complain.
So my question that I had for you is, what is your take on so much division? We know we have racist, not racist. We have all sorts of division in the world. We have, supporting LGBT, not supporting it. We have Great Awakening, Great Reset, all these different things going on. And yet we don't have a consistent, thought process or anything. It's all just division. And it's hard to exist in that world when you're just, no matter what you do, it's either right or it's wrong. There's no, well, maybe a little of both. There's never a right path.
Well, I mean, so I'm not sure what the question is.
I guess what I'm curious about is what is the right path to take? Because no matter what you do, you're going to be wrong by somebody.
Well, I'm not really sure about a specific path. I think the main thing would be just to do the right thing in general. But I don't know about a specific path. So
I guess more like keeping the faith and following God and those types of things.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, like maybe you're looking for like a doctrine to follow. I don't really do that necessarily myself. I just kind of do what's right in most situations.
Mm-hmm. Then my other question is how come it seems like no matter when we're talking about monkeypox or in general, it's always stated as being men who have sex with men, not just putting it under the banner of gay sex or something like that. Is that to continue division, or is that more to just specify what part of said group are having these problems.
It's just being specific, because if you say gay sex, then that also includes women, and they're not at risk. It's only the men who are at risk.
Very true. And it seems kind of odd that, we're allowing those, parties like that in San Francisco and all those things to continue, and no one is stepping up and saying, hey, maybe we should cut back on that.
Right. Yeah. Like that would be a thing, just to go ahead but that's the LGBT community. And if you say something like that, then you consider it to be somehow you're a homophobe, or you're something of that sort.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily even have to be that. It could just be, hey, public health, we need to make sure that everyone's being safe here and having safe practices, but I feel like if they said that, they'd be losing voters on that side of the aisle there.
Of course, yeah.
So, that kind of makes things difficult for them. I understand. But anyway, thanks for taking my call, and I hope you have a great night.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right, shout out to the call. Great call. But yeah, they had to say the men thing, because it's not the women, it's the men. The method in which they fornicate it's like a highway for disease. And pardon the puns, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do any kind of puns on that, but y'all understand what I'm talking about. We are mature enough to understand what's going on here. 201, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Peace, ABL. It's Foster the Prankster from Jersey. How you doing, bro?
Everything's all good, man. How about yourself?
Oh man, I'm actually ecstatic, bro. It's been a while since I spoke to you, but I managed to make my great escape from the Soviet state of New Jersey, and I moved down south, where it seems like America and freedom is still respected and appreciated. And I'm just feeling good, man. I feel like I got more hope than I've had in a long time. I think people don't realize, man, like the way the Northeast is in New York, New Jersey area, man, for me, the energy up there is just real. It's real dark, man. And so I'm just grateful to be out and be down here where people are human again. I've been saying it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers up there or something, like people are on some like robot zombie type stuff. But I've been having a great time out here, man. The people are so kind and it's been great. It's beautiful. So I just wanted to let you know that, give you a little update. But just real quick about the case with the woman who in California, she killed the kids and whatever in the car crash. I saw your video about that earlier, and I think it's ironic. Obviously it's a terrible tragedy, but I find it ironic, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how this case plays out, because if the prosecution does acknowledge that she murdered an unborn child, it kind of blows their entire abortion thing like right out the window. You feel me? So this is going to be a very interesting thing to see how they draw the line there. Because as far as I understand, there was a pregnant woman who was killed, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just find that interesting, especially that it's in LA, where it's like the epicenter of all this stuff. You look at this tragic situation, and it's like, okay, so are you willing to completely disregard the fact that this, mentally ill woman just killed an unborn child? Are you not going to admit that that's a child still, or what are we doing here? Do you kind of feel me?
Yeah, I do, because they can't just say that sometimes and then ignore all the other times. It's like, well, if this is an unborn child, right, and you killed an unborn child, then the whole abortion argument, it kind of gets put in jeopardy a lot. It kind of actually dismantles the whole argument for abortion.
Facts. So I'm going to be interested to see that, because, and then on the flip side of it, if they do completely disregard it and say like, oh well, we're not going to add that count of murder, it's kind of like, wait, so hold up, you're just going to let this woman kill, rob these people of their child, and that doesn't even count, So I think that there will be a little bit more of a public kind of response to it if they choose to go that route. So I just think it's interesting, man. And obviously I'm not making, trying to make a joke of the situation, nothing like that. I think it's terrible, but I just think it's weird how we're starting to see these little catch-22 situations where you can't have your cake and eat it too. You feel me? So,
right.
But that's all I got for you tonight, man. I appreciate the show. I'm down south now, bro. I might hit your email, and I'd love to buy you a beer or a coffee or a water or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we wake up for something like that. But have a good night, bro. I appreciate you. Love the show.
Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate you. All right, shout out to the call. Last time for one more call here. Let's go to 424. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to? Hello. Going once, going twice. All right, I guess 424. Maybe they're a new caller. They don't know that you gotta be right by their phone because it's a delay. All right, let's try 318. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL. This is William from Louisiana. How are you?
I'm well. About yourself?
You can hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, just like the other caller said, I was just telling my girlfriend that last night about that nurse that killed those people. Are they going to acknowledge that was a child, or are we still going to say that's a clump of cells?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's pretty clear what the child was. So if we're going to say that in that instance, then it's got to be like that all the time. It can't just be part-time. Well, because it was a tragic incident and people died and it was a fiery car wreck, we're going to acknowledge the child that died. But then in an abortion clinic, the same child could die and then it's fine. We got to be consistent with how we look at things. That's all.
Yeah, and I actually wanted to tell you that you actually woke me up you actually red-pilled me a couple of years ago. I actually started watching you back in, I believe, 2017 or 18, I believe. But I appreciate all the good work that you do, and I hope you continue to do that great work. And you also helped me red pill my girlfriend as well, because she was a Democrat, and she's in a Democrat family too. And every time she says something about like Biden and Obama and all them, they go crazy. So I always tell her, don't worry about them, because the mainstream media, they be lying. They always be lying, because they always talk about Republicans and this and that, but they don't never talk about the Democrats. They always go for Democrats.
Exactly. Right on, man. I'm glad I'm able to red pill you and let others around you understand what's going on, because we got to know. We got to figure out what's happening. We got to have that education. A lot of us are just not educated about certain things. We're not told the right thing, and we got to find out later, man. So I'm glad y'all did find out.
Yeah, and I'm also I'm a black person, and I've been called a coon and everything, because even when Black Lives Matter, even when I used to be a Democrat, I never supported Black Lives Matter, because why do you only come out when why do you only come out when a white policeman kills a black person, but when Chicago always having a black on black crime, and any other city, they don't want to come out before then, and they'll say, well, why you don't think your life matters? I say, I don't need to go outside and say my life matters. I know my life matters.
Right. Exactly. There's no point in doing all that, that chest thumping and whatnot. I know who I am. I know my life matters. I don't need to go out there and burn a neighborhood down to prove that point. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. And just one more thing, but if you really say Black Lives Matter, then what about all them black babies that are killed in abortion every year? And then I'll leave it at that. Hope you have a good night.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you too.
Boom. Very well said. Well, that'll be a wrap for me. We're past the time. Thank y'all for being here yet again. You guys are always a great audience, great callers, great participation. The chat, you guys are always fun. I'm reading the chat while I'm doing the calls, and you guys are hilarious. Thank y'all for being here. I'll be back live again on Saturday. I'm not going out of town this time. I'll be here in Tennessee doing the show live on Saturday. So thank y'all again for being here. I got a few super chats to read, and then I wrap it on up, put the bowl clean on top. Let me see. Thank you to Kathy Carver for your big donation. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you. Thank you to Conservative Dragon 1776, who says, What do you think about the FBI raid on August 8th when Richard Nixon resigned on August 9th, 1974? I don't really know a lot about that, to be totally honest with you, to tell you my opinion about it. You know, like was that Watergate? I don't know. So don't get me to lying. I think it's a Bob K MIT who says, ABL, you should do one day meet and greet. I think I am going to do that. I just got to figure out when and where I'm going to do it. So I think I will do meet and greets, but probably I need to do it in different places because people are different parts of the country. So yeah, I think I will do that. And maybe what I'll do is, like, when I travel sometimes for business purposes, not for my family, but for business purposes, I'll have one day set aside to do a meet and greet, and then handle my other business in the other day that I'm there, wherever I'm at. So that's a good idea, but that will be a wrap for me. So until next time. Oh, and before I wrap it up, thank you to the mods for keeping the trolls in check, because I know there's been some trolls in here. So thank you to the mods. I appreciate you guys. I cannot do what I do without you guys. But until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace.